centers, camps for oil workers, and military bases. Officials have stopped all vessels from entering the Suez Canal after a salvage company announced it may take weeks to free a massive container ship blocking one of the world's busiest shipping channels. It could make gas prices go up. Energy analyst Phil Flynn.
I would say that if it ends beyond Sunday, we would probably add 2 to 5 cents a gallon a week for the time that it's now.
There's hopeful economic news. Last week's jobless claims dropped to below 7. The first time since the pandemic began. The Olympic torch has begun a 121-day journey across Japan with a kickoff in Fukushima. Lucy Kraft from Tokyo.
The torch relay ceremony was short, subdued, and sparsely attended. Members of Japan's World Cup champion women's soccer team, Nadeshiko Japan, jogged the first leg of the relay while social distancing.
S&P futures down 16. This is CBS News.
Switch to T-Mobile for Business and get an amazing deal on your business plan. Stop in-store today for details. Terms and conditions apply. See T-Mobile.com for more.
Attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez admitted Louisiana. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion in court-ordered trusts has been set aside to pay money to asbestos. Or loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
Hi, break time?
I know you.
I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself.
I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well.
What about screening for colon cancer?
Not yet.
Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages.
Tell me more.
Colon is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers.
92%?
Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com.
I'm on it.
Excellent.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News. It's 46 degrees at 9:05. Good morning, I'm Dave Maurer. A family of an Aranac County man killed February 13th in a head-on drunk driving crash has raised nearly $550,000 for hospital expenses through a GoFundMe page. 48-year-old Matthew Kahn was killed while driving a Dodge Ram with his family south on M76 in Adams Township. According to police, a suspect of the other vehicle, 42-year-old Jared Michael Isaac, had a .345, more than 4 times the legal limit in the state of Michigan. 47-year-old Heather Kahn and their 2 children, 8-year-old Mason and 5-year-old Mina, were injured in the crash. Michael Isaac was arraigned yesterday on numerous charges, including operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, causing death and injury. He's posted 10% of a $400,000 bond. Heather Kahn remains at a rehabilitation facility while her children are being cared for by relatives. An Institute for Public Policy Social Research Zoom forum allowed Michigan Dam Safety Task Force members to talk about the effect last May's flooding had on the future of infrastructure. According to Task Force Vice Chair Doug Jester, even with information on how much of the state's more than 1,100 regulated and 1,400 unregulated dam structures could be at risk of failure, some dam owners may not want to fund emergency response plans or repairs.
We know that when confronted with the financial responsibility to take care of their dams, there are a number of dam owners who will want out. A couple of things that can be done through appropriations without significant legislation are providing a sort of standing fund for emergency action when dam owners are unable or unwilling to respond to emergency.
Members at the session broke down the time frame of last year's dam failures and following investigations, while answering questions from viewers concerned about the future and status of recently affected lakes and dams. Governor Gretchen Whitmer has again vetoed a Republican-backed bill that would have required legislative approval to extend COVID-19 restrictions. The measure would have ended the state health department orders after 28 days unless they were lengthened by the legislature.
The governor says that the veto of SB 1 was necessary because pandemics last longer than 28 days, and SB 1 would have limited pandemic orders issued by the department to 28 days. The legislature could always have extended those days.
That's State Representative Andrew Fink, who says the governor is sending a message with her veto that she doesn't think the legislature is able to be a part of governing during a pandemic. WSGW News Time, 9:07.
Soybean growers are dealing a swift blow to tough broadleaves and grasses with the 2-in-1 power of Moccasin MTZ. Moccasin MTZ combines the power of S-metolachlor and a higher load of metribuzin for outstanding weed control right from the outset, with extended residual control to keep tough weeds down, including pigweed, water hemp, ragweed, and mare's tail. In addition, foxtail and barnyard grass. Ask your retailer about Moccasin MTZ and always read and follow label directions. With resistance on the rise, fighting disease in corn and soybeans takes a heavy-duty fungicide with super strength. Zolera FX from UPL combines 2 powerful fungicides at full rates for maximum performance and yield. Zolera FX delivers more robust disease control with both curative and preventative activity. And Zolera FX is now registered for use in wheat. Ask your retailer about Zolera FX, a super fungicide whose time has come. Always read and follow label directions.
WSGW News Time. Delta College President Dr. Gene Goodnow will throw the first pitch at the college's home opener on its new baseball field. WSGW's Ann Williams reports.
The game is Friday at 2 p.m. The Delta Pioneers will play Jackson College during a doubleheader at 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. on the college's main campus. The new baseball field on the west side of campus is part of a multi-year construction project that includes a new concessions area and upgraded softball and soccer fields. The new space will help Delta accommodate multiple sporting events, enhance the student-athlete experience, and provide opportunities for community recreational programs. The project includes a 3,000 use building, which has a training room, equipment storage spaces, restrooms, and a concessions area. The space will be used by Delta Athletics as well as intramural and club sports, visitors, and spectators. Ann Williams, News Radio, 100.5 and 790.
Ford is making a lot of progress as it builds its most high-tech plant to date. Jeff Gilbert reports.
This is the home of the electric F-150, the Rouge Electric Vehicle Center. It's a shell now, but plant manager Corey Williams is ready to see some brand new vehicle assembly equipment come in.
The thing that impresses me is the technology, use of technology, and what we're bringing into this. And again, in my time at Ford, this is my 5th assembly plant, and by far, this is the next level of that use of technology.
500 people will work in this building right behind Dearborn Truck. The first electric F-150 will roll off this assembly line sometime next year.
Detroit Tigers fans can start buying tickets to April games starting at 10 o'clock this morning. We will find out later in the morning if any tickets for opening day are still available. About 8,200 fans will be allowed at the games, but that could increase if the state eases restrictions on stadium crowds. No matter how many attend, Chris Granger, Sports and Entertainment at Illich Holdings, says safety will be a top priority.
When people come to Comerica Park, they're going to be seated in pods of 2, 4, or 6 people. Those pods will be no less than 6 feet away from any other pod. So this allows us, along with mask wearing, to ensure that everyone has the safest possible experience.
Opening day for the Tigers is next Thursday against Cleveland. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom at 752-0790. It's 9:10. I'm Dave Maurer.
Here's your WSGW weatherology. Mostly cloudy for today. Showers in the area, mainly late in the afternoon. Highs will top out near 58 degrees. Winds west southwesterly 5 to 15 miles per hour. Tonight remains mostly cloudy. Showers likely. Storms also possible after midnight. Lows drop to 38. Breezy winds turn to the northeast 10 to 20 miles per hour. Higher gusts possible. Friday, chance for more showers and storms, mainly through the early part of the afternoon. Winds stay breezy. Highs head towards 48. And then lows fall back to 31 on Friday night. This is meteorologist Phil Jensko with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now it's 56.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your questions and express your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Well, good morning to you, and welcome back. The Art Lewis Show for a Thursday morning here on WSGW Radio. Nice to have you with us. We'll have open phones this hour and next, whatever's on your mind. A lot of times the first person in kind of sets the tone and topic for the whole show. It's always fun to do and never know where we're going. You can give us a call at 752-6111. Toll free inside the state of Michigan is 866-790-WSGW. If you are outside the state of Michigan, just call 989-752-6111. You can do that inside the state too, because carriers pretty much don't charge you roaming and long distance anymore. So it's a free call. Love to hear from you and whatever's on your mind this morning. And don't forget, you can watch me, for whatever that's worth, on twitch.tv, on Facebook, on Twitter, and on YouTube. All a live stream of the video portion from my home, where we broadcast from and have been for the last 12 months. And it's just a few days over 12 months right now. I think it was either March 13th or March 16th last year when I began broadcasting from home, and have been here ever since. So it's been just a little over a year working from home. How many of you work from home? How many of you have now found that you can do your job efficiently and safely from home? And how many of you that do that are willing now to go back to work as we understand work, go back to the building that you were working from and do your work in an office environment? Or would you rather stay home and do your work? But a lot of buildings, including ours, the radio station building, is still closed to the public. It is not open. And the staff that goes into the station is probably less than 25% of the total workforce, probably significantly less. And yet the business functions. Is this the wave of the future, or will it be a hybrid? You know, we talk about education, we talk about getting kids back in school, and the word hybrid comes up all the time, which has come to mean a mixture of in-person education and virtual education. A couple of days a week you go into the classroom, a couple of days a week you're at home on your computer. And I wonder if the workforce in America and elsewhere is going to look like that in the future, where there will be a mixture or a hybrid, if you will, of how you do work. Some days at home, some days at work. A number of companies I know are experimenting with that, talking about it. Other companies have given up office space because they don't plan to bring back all their employees to an office environment. They believe it's just as efficient and less expensive to have them work from home, which of course brings up the other issue. It's your home. your employer is making you use it, who's responsible for that? Who should pay for part of the expenses for your home if you're using, say, more electricity because you're spending a lot more time with your electronic devices, even though they don't draw that much electricity, but you're running your lights, you're doing everything that you would be doing in an office in your home. Does that affect your power bill, your water bill, your heating, your air conditioning? And who should pay for that? So there's a lot of questions to be answered as we head down this path of what many are describing as the new normal. And I'm not sure what the new normal is going to be. I have absolutely not a clue as to what the new normal may look like down the road, except I don't think it's going to be quite the same as the old normal. I think we will eventually get back to what we might say is normal travel. I don't think that's going to happen right away. I think it's going to be an evolving process. I think it may take a year or two before, for example, the airlines are back to the capacity they had prior to COVID. And the hospitality industry is back to occupancy rates and restaurant rates that were there before the pandemic. I think that's a ways down the road. It's going to get better, but it's going to be a process. I think in terms of the economy, how we spend, I think that may change a little bit. And I'll tell you why. I do think people are pent up and they want to get out and they want to buy things. They want to do stuff like that. But I think this pandemic may have taught us a lesson about being prepared for the future, because you don't know what the future brings. So do you say to yourself, wow, maybe I ought to save a little more money to cover emergencies? Because look how many people have been laid off, either temporarily or permanently, that probably were not prepared for this to happen. So I think it's, listen, if we can look at a pandemic and say, wow, we got to stock up on toilet paper and we've got to hoard toilet paper and put it away for the future, shouldn't we do that with our money? Probably makes sense, doesn't it? Probably does. All right. Chris is in Midland, so let's go there and say good morning to Chris. Hi, Chris.
Hi. Covenant's having another COVID vaccine inoculation today at Horizon. So there's been about the fourth one I've noted in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, they've had a bunch.
Got a shot yesterday at the Center for the Arts in Midland. And I'm only going to mention both of them because the Covenant events are surrounded by Saginaw Township policemen. And the one in Midland, not a law enforcement officer to be seen. I don't know what's happening in Saginaw Township that
it's traffic control.
Includes all those cops.
It's traffic control.
Well, there was a huge crowd in Midland yesterday, too.
Yep, that's fine. I'm telling you how they do it in Saginaw Township. No big deal.
All right.
No big deal.
Well, to me, it's a waste of resources.
Well, Saginaw Township probably views it differently.
Are they expecting an unruly crowd or what?
No, I expect a large crowd.
Yeah, and there was a large crowd in Midland, too.
I'm thrilled.
Okay.
Big deal.
All right.
Yeah.
I don't want to argue. I'm just pointing out that I think that there's better uses for those officers.
Well,
right.
Those officers can be picking up extra hours and not scheduled for road. They're probably not road officers. They're probably extra assignments. So they're not taking them off.
Where's that money coming from?
Saginaw Township is a very, very fortunate township. They have a police millage, and the public has supported them for years and years and years and years. So the township does what the township does because of that. They serve their citizens in every way possible.
All right.
It's different than a lot of
All right,
communities.
thanks.
Yep, you betcha.
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of times I wish our police in Midland were out on the street and they're sitting at the station.
Yeah, well,
Their dispatches to have to wait till a county officer clears the law enforcement center to go out to the county. It's kind of ridiculous sometimes.
okay.
All right.
Good enough, Chris. Thanks.
Art.
Bye-bye now.
Okay.
All right, that opens the lines for you here on WSGW. And let's first of all see if we can give away some money. It's time to play the WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. And the word this hour is water. W-A-T-E-R. I'm thirsty for a glass of water. This is an Alpha Media Company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day. Must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. It's Spring into Cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. Let's take a moment now to talk about Medicare insurance. When you choose Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan for your Medicare coverage, it's easy to get the care, tests, and treatments you need whenever you need them. When you need access to care, Blue Cross provides you with more options that work for every lifestyle. Schedule appointments for checkups or routine care at a time that's convenient for you. If you'd like to stay close to home, give the Blue Cross 24/7 nurse line a call or schedule a virtual doctor visit. Whatever you need in assistance, Blue Cross will connect you with the information and the help you need. With a Blue Cross Medicare plan, you'll never have to go without your medication. Their easy-to-use prescription drug plan allows you to refill and pick up your medications from your local pharmacy or have them delivered by mail. Get access to the care you need as soon as you need it with Blue Cross, the company more than 500,000 people in Michigan trust for their Medicare coverage. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. See what other members are saying at bcbsm.com/seniorcare. We'll be back after these notes.
As the world begins to open up again, don't forget to support your local partners. Together we can help make our communities strong and help restaurants like
Mode's Tavern in Bay City. They have indoor and outdoor dining available, live music Friday nights and all day Saturday. Their food menu is unique in the Tri-Cities with a cocktail for everyone and service second to none. So whether you're on the deck or inside, you won't be disappointed. What mode are you in?
Big E's Sports Grill in Midland. They have over 30 beers, £1 Angus burger, £1 wet burrito, and of course their famous nachos. Big E's Bar Raisers and Grill Seekers.
Stop into Village Inn in Linwood for delicious food and cold beer. You can find us close to the marina and campground on the way to the casinos. We are now offering breakfast. Order online and check out our current hours at villageinlinwood.com or on our Facebook page.
enjoy great food and friends while supporting our communities as we all grow together.
I'm Elizabeth McDonald, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Jobless claims this month slipped of the pandemic and continued to improve last week, dropping by 97,000 to 684,000. The number of continuing claims, those still receiving benefits, also declined. Restaurants, gyms, hotels, and salons, which saw their business slump during the pandemic, could be seeing improvement in coming weeks and months. Also, there's a final revision to the gross domestic product, how the economy was doing at the end of last year. Fourth quarter GDP rose 4.3%. Home improvement chain Lowe's is hoping to cash in on the renovation trend that has been popular as people stayed home more in the pandemic. It's holding a and in April and will be giving away themed kits to families who register in advance. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Coselda, invested in you.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready.
Visit Cintas. Get ready for the workday.
Listen to this radio station on the radio.com app. Discover and enjoy your favorite music, news, and talk radio from live stations across the country. Listen anywhere on all mobile and home devices with the radio.com app.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. You can adjust MyPillow's patented fill so you have the exact support you need regardless of your sleep position. It's washable and dryable so it stays healthy, and it's 100% made in the USA. I'm also going to give you deep discounts on all my MyPillow products, including my Giza Dream bed sheets, my mattress toppers, bath towels, and so much more. That's $29.98 for a queen-size premium MyPillow, the lowest price ever, and deep discounts on all my MyPillow products.
Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listeners square and use promo code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special, or call 800-635-1825 and use promo code
A test. WSGW is conducting a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system on WSGW. Equipment that can quickly warn you during emergencies is being tested. WSGW serves Saginaw, Bay, and Midland counties, along with the surrounding area. This concludes this test of the emergency alert system on WSGW.
And we're back to you here on the Art Lewis Show. Back to our phones. Frank is in Birch Run. Frank, good morning to you.
Good morning, Art. Thank you for taking my call.
You're welcome.
I just had a real quick comment to make regarding what you said earlier about, saving up for a rainy day, being prepared for future instances like the pandemic. And that's that sometimes, no man's an island. We can save money, but one of the things we ought to really pay attention to, and it's kind of sad that I have to say this in the 21st century, but we should invest in our communities, actually get to know our neighbors, be involved in nonprofits, because
amen.
We help one another out. You can only do that. You can only reach out, and you can only know things if you know one another.
Yeah, I'm gonna echo and second what you said. We were fortunate. WSGW last year won the Service to America Award from the National Association of Broadcasters Foundation. And we were interviewed, some of us were interviewed for that award, and it was part of a television presentation. And I was asked about that very topic. And I said that my father taught me growing up, and remember, I grew up in New York City, so being involved in your city is a little different than it is in small town America. But he told me, wherever you grow up, when you live in a city, don't just live in the city, be a part of it. And by that, he meant participate. Take a role in bettering your community. And I have followed that to a T throughout my life. I've served on numerous boards and contribute to organizations. And I really, I admire people that do that. And you are absolutely right. It makes for a better community in the long run.
That's exactly it. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks for your call. Appreciate it, Frank. Good thoughts. You bet. Bye-bye now. And let's go to Midland now, and we'll talk to Al this morning. Good morning, Al.
Good morning, Arthur. I want to echo Frank's point there, too. It's a very good thing to be very involved in the community in every way we can. Hey, I got a couple of items here. you do that emergency test thing, I want to caution people, if they've got radios that are very expensive and have high quality speakers, when that continuous tone comes on, it's very hard on the speakers.
Never heard of a problem.
Yeah, well,
Never heard of a
from an
problem.
audiophile standpoint, it is very hard on the speakers. Just I know why they do it. They want to get people's attention, but it's detrimental to the quality of the speaker.
Well, that's got to be a very, 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 very rare and high-end speaker, because in my umpteen years of broadcasting, I've never heard of a problem.
Yeah, well, I have acquaintances that work with very expensive hi-fi equipment, and that's one of the things that they caution people: continuous tones. The other day you were talking about the police thing. The sheriff and the people that are doing the traffic control and stuff, when they're not doing other things, they can do traffic. Got radio communications. They can be redeployed almost instantly to somewhere else if something's needed. So that's a very good use for them to use traffic control where they're doing it. They're doing a fine job.
Well, those are extra cars though, because they're they're on the Horizon property. They're not in the street.
I know.
And
but they can be redeployed.
If they absolutely had to, but I suspect that those are extra hours for those officers.
It's possible. We have a police vehicle that parks on my street fairly often. I kind of live in a speed trap zone to some extent. And they
have you ever been caught
doing paperwork? They do paperwork while they're watching the speed zone at the end of the shift or in the middle of the shift. When they get a load of paperwork, they set up a speed trap, monitor it, and they're working on paperwork at the same time.
Yeah.
So they're not idle.
Although today they don't do as much. They don't do as much paperwork today. Most of it's computer work because all the reports and everything are in the computer.
Right, and they still have the devices in the vehicle, so they still can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the other day you were talking with Pat about companies buying back their stock.
Yeah, Pat
it's to the advantage of a company to buy back its stock. The value of the company and the profit goes up when they buy part of their assets back. Their stock and their profit of their company goes through the roof. So it's to their advantage to do that.
Yeah,
that is not a detriment at all.
Well, and I love Pat, but I disagree because my topic was where do they get their money from, and the answer is us. But Pat was using that as Pat was so do companies. Where do they get their?
They have some assets that they can move around.
Where do they get those assets?
Back up,
Al. Where do they get the assets?
They have some that is in other places in the company. They still have.
Where did the money come from? If you start a company,
it's a shell game, Art.
It's
a shell game.
But the money has to originate someplace.
Yeah,
they can't move it around.
The original purchase comes from products we buy.
Okay, so where does that money come from?
Some of it is from things that we buy.
Yeah,
but they're reinvesting.
Well, and where does the investment money come from?
They have a certain amount that is on hand available.
Where did it come from?
It's a shell game, Art. It's
no,
a shell
game.
Game.
Al, you're not listening to me.
Yeah,
they don't have money to move around.
Hang
on a minute, Al. Corporations don't have money to move around in a shell game unless they've gotten it from someplace. When they go into business, they have zero, or they borrowed it.
Right.
The borrowed money comes from us through our savings in banks.
Yeah.
No, all of it.
But they also have investors that are willing to fork over money.
And where did the investors get their money?
They put it in there as an investment.
Well, where did they get their money?
They're buying stock from the company.
No. Where did the investors get their money to buy the stock? They earned it, right?
Right.
And how did they earn it?
The value of the company went up.
No, you're not listening. Yeah. They buy stock, okay? Right. They use their money to buy stock.
Right.
In order to buy stock, they have to have the money. They had to obtain the money someplace.
They earned it.
They earned it, right? They earned it. They worked for a company. They worked for a company, or they owned a company.
Yeah.
Where did that company get the money to pay them the money they're investing?
Art, there may be more than one company involved here. They may have gotten it from some other source.
Where did they? What source? What
There-
other?
there are all
What
kinds of
other?
investments
What
floating
other
around.
source? What other source that does not end up back in our pocket? Name one. There is only
Art,
one.
I own stock in more than one company. I
Where
can
did?
move.
Sure you do. Sure you do. Where did those
losing
companies?
to one that's profitable.
But where does the profit come from? The sale of goods and services. Who
Right,
buys the
right.
goods
I
and
understand
services?
that. I understand that.
All I'm saying is it originates in our pocket.
Only a good part of it does.
All
But
of it.
some of it is still. Some of it, a certain percentage, is in that company that they can move around.
But they haven't.
And when they do that,
All right,
their,
never mind.
their profits go back up.
Yes,
It's
of
a
course. But the money they're moving around doing that originally came from us. They wouldn't have had it otherwise.
I agree with that. I
Well,
agree with
that's
that.
my point. That's the whole point. And
I
government
understand that.
government has two sources. They either get it from us or they crank up the printing press.
They crank up the printing press. Companies aren't the same, though.
You're
They
right.
Are not the same.
But they get their
cannot
money from
crank up
us.
the printing press.
No, so they only have
So-
one source, us.
They only have one source.
All right.
It's
Hey, I gotta
either
run.
sell-
I'm late for a break here.
Thanks, Art.
All right, Al, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
I love that discussion, though. I really do. All right, we're going to take a break, and I'll tell you about trucks. Ram trucks, for example, from Thalen Ram Truck up on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City. The vehicle we love. And right now you've heard there's a shortage of chips going into some of these trucks, but Thalen Ram has a nice inventory for you to look at. Pick the truck of your dreams that serves your needs, like the one I'm driving, a Ram 1500 Bighorn Quad Cab 4x4. Great truck, comfortable, no compromises in capability, technology, comfort, or as they put it, luxury, because they're, you know, forget the old days of pickup trucks that were work vehicles and Spartan inside and all that. These are luxurious. They're comfortable. They have all the technology. They ride well. They drive like a dream, yet they'll do anything you ask of them, especially if you have a 4x4. You can go anywhere in it. You can haul anything. No compromises. Best-in-class features and class exclusives. There is a Ram truck tailored just for your needs and wants. Stop at the Thalen Ram Truck on North Euclid Avenue in Bay City. Look over their inventory. Take the Ram truck of your dreams for a test drive, then sit down with a Thalen Ram representative. Find out about incentives for buying or leasing that new Ram truck. Thalen searches the marketplace for the lowest prices on their new and used vehicles. That's the price they pass on to you, and they do it because it is the right thing to do. Visit them online at thinkthalen.com, and we'll be right back.
All pets, all accidents, all the time. Hi, this is Marianne from Warden Interiors of Frankenmuth, and right now you can bring home the best carpet for pet owners yet and save up to $1,000 on select, featuring all pet protection and warranty. No matter which pets you love and live with, we've got you covered. While you're here, you'll also see all the many ways our expert design team can turn your home into a showplace. Visit Warden Interiors on North Main Street in Frankenmuth during the Mohawk Flooring All Pet Sale. We'll help you bring it all together.
You put your mower through a lot. All that back and forth and all those acres can add up to thousands of miles. Gravely commercial mowers are built for all-day performance, helping you get the job done season after season. And right now you can get up to 18% off suggested list prices on Gravely commercial zero-turn mowers during the Gravely Mow the Distance sales event. Head to your local independent Gravely dealer, Wolfhouse Ace Hardware, 5818 State Street in Saginaw, where customer service still exists. But hurry, sale ends March 27th. Gravely, built to mow the distance.
Hi, this is Joe Cordell with the law firm Cordell & Cordell. When the prospect of divorce becomes a reality, you need a partner that you can count on. If you're a man in this situation, Cordell. We've helped men navigate complex legal matters for 30 years.
Contact Cordell & Cordell to schedule an appointment with one of our firm's Detroit area attorneys, a partner men can count on. Online at CordellCordell.com. That's CordellCordell.com. Offices in Troy and Ann Arbor.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses to easy tops from $19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Shop 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory. Get 60% off select jeans and dresses. Shop the sale through March 28th at Gap Factory and gapfactory.com.
Guys, stop putting your love life on hold. U.S. Pharmacy has some exciting news. If you've been wanting to try Viagra or Cialis, now's the perfect time. Call today and receive 90 pills for only $119 with free shipping. Why order some low-dose sildenafil from one of those subscription services when we can give you what you want now? Call 800-990-6271 and we'll rush your order discreetly packaged to your door. Been thinking about trying Viagra or Cialis? Call U.S. Pharmacy at 800-990-6271 for as little as only $119 for 90 pills. Need your package in a hurry? Call 800-990-6271 and ask about our express shipping option, and we'll rush your order to you as soon as possible. Save money on the little blue or yellow pill you've been wanting to try. Again, 800-990-6271 now. That's 800-990-6271.
You're in the Stone Specialist Studios. This is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, so we're back with you here on WSGW, and Skip is on the road. So let's go talk to Skip. Skip, good morning.
Hey, how you doing, Art? It's been a while.
Hey, been a while. Good morning.
Yeah, your discussion with the gentleman about the business thing kind of tweaked me this morning, because I have had that discussion with I don't know how many people about how businesses don't pay taxes.
People do.
People do, because
you got it.
You know, and when you tell somebody just like that gentleman that businesses don't pay taxes, oh, they got to pay them. They should pay them. They make money. Well, they only make money because they charge more to us. People don't understand that a tax on a business is a business expense.
Yep, and it's a tax on us. That's why when President Biden is wanting to raise the corporate tax about 5% up to 28 something, we're going to pay it. It's going to end up coming out of our pockets.
Yeah. So, you and I understand the hidden tax that we all pay.
There's
right?
tons of them. Yeah, you got that right.
Every service fee that government charges us is not really a service fee. It's just another tax.
Well, that's interesting, because that's my philosophy has always been, if it comes out of my pocket and ends up in the government coffers, it's a tax. They can call it what they want, but it's a tax. That's the way I look at it. I think my driver's license fee is a tax. My car registration fee is a tax. Hunting fees are a tax. Let's be honest about it. Comes out of my pocket, goes into their coffers. Who cares what the semantics is?
Right. Well, and I'm sure I carry a CDL. I don't know if you still carry your.
Yeah, I've let mine go. Yeah, I finally let it go. I wasn't going to use it anymore.
Well, being that I'm still farming, I don't really use the CDL, but I kind of like the idea that when I'm hauling grain with my trailer and that sort of thing,
you're covered.
There, and I also have a travel trailer and I haul a fifth wheel and a trailer behind that. So I have the doubles endorsement, so that kind of covers that base also.
Yeah, well, you're covered.
I still do maintain it, but what I'm getting at is how expensive
that's why
licensing is.
That's why I stopped it. I mean, it was. I think the last one would have been $65 renewal or something like that, and I said I don't need it anymore. I'm done driving buses. I'm done driving coaches, and so why bother? It did just to have it in my wallet and say, look what I have. Doesn't do anything for me.
Understood.
So I just.
and I think you're about you're about $60 or $70 short of where it is now.
Oh, really?
I think the last time I renewed mine, it was like $120 or something for a Class A CDL. Yeah.
Okay, well, that's probably. I don't know if there's a difference in the. I had a Class B with passenger endorsement, so that was different. I don't know if because do you have hazmat?
No, I do not have hazmat. I had doubles endorsement.
Okay.
I had liquid, and obviously Class A was
right. Your trailer
semi.
Yep.
So tractor trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's. But we're back to a fee. No matter how they want to crouch it is just a tax that goes to the governmental entity of some sort.
A tax by any other name is still a tax.
Yep, and it, as I said in the beginning, it never ceases to amaze me how people just don't understand it or don't want to. I mean, you tried to explain it to him, and he didn't want to believe you at all.
No, you keep tracing it back, and eventually it ends up in your pocket. I don't care how you do it. It ends up in your pocket. So, all right.
You had hit the nail on the head.
Hey,
you take care, Art. We'll talk
good
to
to
you
hear
later.
from you, Skip. Take care. Take care now. Bye-bye. There is a gentleman, Skip, who I first met not long after I came to Saginaw in 1974, because at the time he was a dairy farmer, and they sent me out to do a bit at his farm, and this kid from New York City learned how to milk a cow. Oh, my goodness, yes. Anyway, we're going to take a break. The lines are open for you here on the Art Lewis Show on WSGW.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a RoofMax shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money. Guaranteed with RoofMax, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
What you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. Just looking for inspiration.
Oh, here. Inspiration. Noun. The process of being mentally stimulated. Do something creative. There.
I know what it is. I want to find it.
Okay, then let's go to Designer's Touch.
You read my mind.
Designer's Touch Decorating Center is your inspiration store. Whether you're looking to upgrade your current countertops or need that personal touch for your new tiled shower or kitchen backsplash, with over 70 years of combined designer experience, we can make your space feel more like home. Designer's Touch Decorating has a fine selection of quality ceramic and porcelain tile, including American Olean, Doll Tile, Marazzi, and their newest collection from Happy Floors and many others. Even Cambria Quartz American-made and fabricated. To dtdecorating.com to learn more, or stop in Midland Road in Freeland. No appointment necessary, but always appreciated.
Drive home a winner at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Every Saturday in March, it's RV There Yet, and your chance to win a $30,000 voucher for a new RV. Each week from 5 to 9 p.m., you can win up to $1,000 cash. Then on Saturday, March 27th, one lucky player can get behind the wheel of a new RV. RV There Yet, every Saturday in March. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Let your fun out. Visit saginaw-eagleslanding.com for complete rules and details.
We're Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar, whether it's with our granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural, made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $20. I'm also going to give you deep discounts on all my MyPillow products.
Go to mypillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code SKY, SKY for this amazing special, or call 800-635-1825 and use promo code SKY.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, apparently the way to solve the border crisis is to screech racism and Donald Trump.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. I just want to finish up this conversation about where companies and government get their money from. It's an interesting big circle. We get our money from the companies we work for in the beginning. All right, so we all earn money. That money comes from our employer. That money the employer gives us comes from all the other people they sold goods and services to. And let's use radio as an example, since that's what I do, all right? So my employer, Alpha Media, pays me a salary. They get their money from advertisers. Advertisers get the money to advertise when they sell their products and services. To whom do they sell their products and services? Us. So their original money comes from us. Now, some people will say, oh, no, they go to the bank, they borrow it. Yeah, okay. Where does the bank get its money from? The money the banks loan comes from the interest they charge other borrowers and comes from the savings that you've deposited in that institution so they can lend it out. Came out of your pocket. Except for the printing press, where does the government get all its money? It gets all its money from us. Now, it may come through different entities, corporate taxes, for example. Corporations get their money from us. It's part of the expense of being in business. So whatever they give the government came out of our pocket when we bought their goods and services. Now, understand, it all started with the printing press. There wouldn't be the money without it. The government created the money. So from that standpoint, yeah, we can say government creates the money. They print the money. But they put just so much of it in circulation. And once that baseline is established, if they keep cranking up the printing presses over and over and over again, inflation goes through the roof. So instead of doing that, to pay, for example, for the $28 trillion debt we have as a nation, they sell bonds. They sell bonds to other governments who get their money from the people or their own printing presses. And if you follow the money, eventually it comes back to our pockets. And it's just a big circle. Now, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but if you think you can raise taxes, for example, on corporations, because they can afford it, they make a lot of money, they should pay taxes. It's an expense of doing business, and expenses are figured into the costs of the goods and services they sell you and me. It's the nature of the beast. Not going to get away from it. It's just a matter of understanding it. Because if you don't understand it and you think you can go out and suck money out of the corporations and they'll take care of everything, you're forgetting that the middle class is the ones that really get hit hard. And isn't that the very class administration after administration says they want to help the most? So anyway, there you go. All right, we're going to take our last break for this hour, and we'll come back and close out. But we'll have open phones next hour and a whole bunch of other topics too. We'll be back after these notes.
Jim Wilson, are customers surprised to find such a big selection of used vehicles here at Midland Ford Lincoln?
I've had many people tell me this is the best selection of used cars in Michigan, not just in quantity, but in the quality of our vehicles.
You seem to have the cars and trucks everyone is looking for. Hard to find models you'd expect to find only in classified ads by private parties.
Our volume sales means customers always have a bigger selection of better quality cars. Our minimum pricing policy means Midland Ford customers always.
Doesn't mean more expensive. You have cars and trucks in every price and payment range, even for the tightest budgets.
From inexpensive basic transportation to late model luxury and a great selection of trucks, we have what you're looking for. We currently have more tough Ford trucks and used Escapes and Explorers than we've ever had in our history.
America's falling in love with Ford, and you have a personal invitation to find out why today at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
If you're not having regular, healthy bowel movements, you feel just plain yucky, mentally, emotionally, and physically. You know when things aren't right. Well, proper, effective, healthy elimination is easy to attain, and it doesn't involve laxatives, diarrhea, nor constipation. The fact is, when you have better bowel movements, so many areas of your life get better immediately. So where to begin? Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. Then try Viscera 3 other Fix. Within a few days, going to the bathroom becomes a pleasure.
I'm Dr. Rick. Poop Fix works because of its revolutionary ingredients. It's the way your lower colon should work. It means a gentle, clean, and easy poop first thing in the morning, and it's the easiest way to slim your waist fast by reducing bloating.
With Poop Fix, you'll see and feel the results within 7 days. Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. That's poopfix.com.
Have you found yourself looking around your house and, wishing?
Wish we had a pool. Wish I didn't share my office with a washer and dryer.
Wish we could have a real master bathroom. Lightstream can make your wishes a reality with a fixed-rate home improvement loan. With Lightstream, you'll get rates as low as 3.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit. Go to lightstream.com/easy today, and radio listeners can get an additional interest rate discount. The application takes minutes online with no appraisals, no fees, and no home equity required. You wished for. Apply today at lightstream.com/easy and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/easy for an additional discount. Lightstream.com/EASY.
Subject to credit approval, rates range from 3.99% APR to 16.49% APR and included 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/easy for more information. Equal housing lender.
All right, back with you. A reminder that the president will have a press conference, his first since coming to office, and that will be at 1 o'clock. You'll hear it on 790 WSGW. Our regular programming will continue on 100.5. We'll be back after the news with more open phones on the Art Lewis Show. Stick around.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Deborah Rodriguez. The 21-year-old suspect in the Boulder Supermarket massacre is scheduled to appear in court later this hour. One survivor, Logan Smith, says he hid behind garbage cans in the store. He tells CBS News,
"No one should ever have to experience what happened that Monday. It's the reality of the day we live in, and it won't be the last time that it will happen, sadly."
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are once again debating gun control. The Senate Judiciary Committee's Mazie Hirono, a Democrat, on CBS This Morning.
Why should anyone be against universal background checks? What is the problem with that?
AstraZeneca's tweaked results of U.S. drug trials on its coronavirus vaccine after federal officials called out the original numbers for being outdated and incomplete. CBS's Jennifer Kuiper.
The drug maker has just released a revised report showing the vaccine is 76% effective, but the new data still shows the vaccine prevents severe and critical disease and hospitalization.
Today, Georgia opens up vaccines to all residents 16 and older. With more people traveling, one airline doesn't want pilots to get COVID shots.
According to a memo obtained by CBS News, American Airlines subsidiary Piedmont Airlines discouraged pilots from rolling up their sleeves last weekend due to a high demand for flying. The note stated they should reschedule their vaccine for later in the month. Sources say the employees were denied the time off because there weren't enough pilots to cover their shift. The FAA prohibits pilots from flying 48 hours after receiving a shot. Lisa Mateo, CBS News.
Weekly jobless claims are down to their lowest level in more than a year. Bankrate's Mark Hamrick.
This is likely a sign of even better things to come for the nation's battered economy and the millions of people who are jobless, underemployed, or have left the workforce but would like to work.
684,000 people filed for benefits last week. That's the first time the numbers have dipped below 700,000 since the pandemic began. A giant container ship is still stuck in the Suez Canal, blocking one of the world's largest shipping channels. Energy analysts like Phil Flynn expect it'll trigger price hikes at the pump.
Almost 10% of all oil and gas in the world goes through that canal, and so when it's shut off, people around the world have to scramble to get it from other places.
80 years after Pearl Harbor, an American sailor's been identified through DNA testing. His grandson says William Eugene Blanchard's son and another family member provided genetic samples. Blanchard was 24 when his ship, the USS Oklahoma, was hit by torpedoes and capsized. This is CBS News.
Indeed believes less is more. Indeed's Instant Match instantly searches its database of millions of resumes, delivering candidates who best fit your job description. More at Indeed.com/credit.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination, a COVID-19 vaccine. This journey began decades ago with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine, and hundreds of thousands in Michigan have already been vaccinated. But the next step is ours. We need to get the vaccine when we can. Keep wearing masks correctly and taking precautions until we reach our destination. Freedom from COVID-19 and getting back to the lives we love. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Switch to T-Mobile for Business and get up to 90 days of service free via virtual rebate on your business plan. You get a great deal, the largest 5G network, and first-class benefits like Microsoft 365 on us. It's better for business and only with T-Mobile for Business. Limited time offer. Stop in store for details. Plus taxes and fees for some plans. Virtual Express MasterCard within 8 weeks of receipt of valid submission. Complete port within 60 days. See T-Mobile.com for 5G devices, coverage, and plan details.
Receive a $5 rebate by trading up a non-contact thermometer toward an Exergen temporal scanner purchased at any retailer. Fever is a leading symptom of COVID, and using an accurate thermometer has never been more critical. In published studies, no-touch thermometers miss more fever than they detect. While the new COVID vaccines are becoming more widely available, it is important to make sure you are protected. Monitor for fever with an accurate thermometer backed by more than 80 published peer-reviewed clinical studies. Details at Exergen.com, where accuracy matters.
It's 47 degrees at 10:05. Good morning. I'm Ann Williams. The Saginaw County Health Department is looking for help administering the COVID-19 vaccine. Registered nurses with up-to-date licenses in Michigan are asked to volunteer. Volunteers will work 8-hour shifts anywhere between 1 and 5 days a week. All volunteers must pass a background license verification and sign a county volunteer waiver. To apply, email tsimon@saginawcounty.com. Aging infrastructure and emergency preparedness was the focus of a Michigan State University Institute for Public Policy Social Research Forum yesterday. The forum brought in members of the State Dam Safety Task Force to talk about the effect aging facilities and structures may have on future emergency response and the importance of having those response plans. Eagle Dam Safety Unit Supervisor Luke Trumbull spoke during the Zoom session and shared about 2,600 dams state could be affected by aging infrastructure. Alma police are looking for a couple of suspects in a possible attempted abduction. A woman reported to police that she was walking in the area of Court and Eli Streets around 1 o'clock in the morning Sunday when she was approached by a 1990 Chevy Blazer with two men inside. Police say the men offered the woman a ride, but she refused. One of the men, described as in his mid to late 40s with shoulder-length gray hair, allegedly attempted to force the woman into the vehicle. She was able to escape. Contact the Alma Police Department if you have any information. WSGW News Time coming up on...
Bring home the RV of your dreams during the Trade Anything event. Birch Run. If it's got a motor or wheels, we can make a deal. We'll even give you $500 for your tent. Take advantage of record trade-in values for your used RV while you can. Plus, get up to $10,000 in exclusive manufacturer rebates with or without a trade. It's your chance to save thousands on the motorhome, travel trailer, or fifth wheel of your dreams. Trade anything for a limited time only at General RV in Birch Run off I-75.
Drive green with Bader & Sons Company all year long and enjoy the ride. Run with us from now until June 1st and get an even better deal on one your tractors with John Deere Rewards, productivity, and versatility. That's why the 1 through 5 series John Deere tractors and attachments are engineered to help you till, mulch, haul, seed, sweep, plow, load, and of course, mow. Stop in today or buy online at greentractors.com.
WSGW News Time coming up on 10:08. Attorney General Dana Nessel, her office is partnering with the Center for Cybersecurity and Data Science at Ferris State University. Their new memorandum of understanding at the center will be able to offer volunteer consulting service. Attorney General's office to help fight crime. The center is comprised of experts in the field of cybersecurity, and its Information and Security Intelligence program is the only accredited cybersecurity program in Michigan. A record amount of money is going to Michigan schools from the state lottery. Dan Jenkins reports.
The Michigan Lottery says it raised nearly $1.18 billion for the state schools last year. They say it's the sixth record-setting year in a row for lottery contributions to the school aid fund, and the second consecutive year that the lottery has generated more than $1 billion for public education in a single year. A lot of Michigan records last year, including more than $4.2 billion in sales, more than $2.5 billion in prizes, and more than $307 million in commissions to lottery retail locations across Michigan, ranging in size from small independently owned stores to large chains. Dan Jenkins for the Michigan News Network.
Senate Minority Leader Jim Ananich issued the following statement after Senate Republicans introduced legislation to suppress access to the ballot. He said no one should be fooled. This is nothing more than an extension of lies and deceit about the last election. He said that Republicans didn't win as many races. Does not justify their attempt to silence voters. Legislation to require new election laws has been introduced by state Republicans as a follow-up to false claims that the November election was stolen. The GOP bills would require voters to submit a photo ID, prohibit the unsolicited mass mailing of absentee ballot applications, and restrict the hours in which people could drop their ballot in curbside boxes. More than 30,000 people have received registration forms to take part in a multi-million-dollar Flint water lawsuit settlement. The city's special master reported over 33,300 registered forms were turned in at the start of Michigan. A hospital and an engineering firm agreed to settle a lawsuit on behalf of residents who were exposed to lead-contaminated water or died from Legionnaire's disease. The $641 million settlement covers people who claim injury, property damage, or business loss. When you see news happening, call the WSGW Newsroom, 752-0790. It's 1010. I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. We have a chance for rain developing late today, overcast skies, temperatures upper 50s. 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, rain showers developing. Before the overnight hours, we could hear a few rumbles of thunder. Low temperatures will be in the upper 30s, breezy northeast winds. Friday, showers and thunderstorms, highs upper 40s, gusty west-northwest winds. A little bit of cloud cover into Friday night, 31 for your low, 56 on Saturday. Chance for rain during the afternoon hours. I'm meteorologist Mandy Valuber with the WSGW Weatherology Forecast. Right now, 48 degrees.
Now, the only local radio talk show offering you the chance to ask your opinions from around your block to around the world. The Art Lewis Show is on 100.5 and 790 WSGW and online, WSGW.com.
Welcome back. Hour number 2 of the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. And we'll continue with open phones for this hour, 752-6111. There is a toll-free number inside the state of Michigan. It's 866-790-WSGW. If you are outside the state of Michigan, or even if you're inside the state, 989-752-6111 works. And carriers gotten away from charging roaming fees, long-distance charges. So pretty much a free call from anywhere in the country. And occasionally we hear from folks around the country and love to do it. So it's open phones, whatever you'd like to chat about this hour. We'll be happy to talk to you. Reminder, the president will be holding his first press conference. It will be at 1 o'clock this afternoon. This is his, 64th day in office. And he has put it off, but he has finally agreed to do a press conference. 1 o'clock, you will hear it on 790 AM on our AM side, and our regular programming will continue on 100.5, but we will present the president's press conference on the AM at 1 o'clock. Be interesting. You know he's going to get questions on immigration. It's going to have to be. He's going to get questions on gun control. He'll get questions on COVID-19, obviously. Probably get questions on taxes. Just guessing, but knowing the issues that are in front of us right now, today, they seem to be the hot ticket items. And I would expect that since this is the first time the press has actually had an opportunity to quiz him, other than shouting a question or two here and there, they're probably going to go after him pretty good. That'd be a guess on my part. I know there's a lot of people that feel, well, now that the Democratic Party has control, the press is more favorable. Don't kid yourself. It may be that, it may be that certain members of the media, favor this situation with the Democrats. But those reporters in that presidential news conference, they want information. They're going to go after it. They are going to go after it, particularly in the immigration question, where the media, for the most part, has been shut out of being able to go into the CBP holding sites. Other than that one site that the government made available, which was the most pristine of all of them. The only pictures we've seen from inside the other holding facilities is what a member of Congress released. And it was a Democratic member of Congress that released those photos. And when I say for the most part, because they seem to be playing favorites, because it appears that NBC has had access. They've done what nobody else has been able to do. They had some ride-alongs. They did a helicopter journey. They've been inside some of the facilities. So they were the designated visitors, if you will. But for the most part, it's been pretty structured and not exactly transparent. I'd say their transparency has been opaque. And they want to blame, they're 64 days into the administration and they are still blaming Trump for everything. And it's to be expected. Why am I not surprised? I mean, that's politics. in this day and age. But it will be interesting to see what comes up. Gun control, certainly, because that's a forefront issue. The migrant children at the border. He will probably be quizzed about his infrastructure plan and how much of it actually goes to infrastructure and how much of it doesn't. COVID-19, of course, is at the top of the list for everybody. And it will be pretty interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Another issue which will come to the forefront here fairly soon, when it comes to items being voted on in the Senate, there is what's called the nuclear option, and that is that they vote to get rid of the filibuster. That is a very dangerous situation for whichever party does it. It will come back to haunt you. It has happened already when the filibuster was removed from Supreme Court nominees. It came back to bite them. If the Democrats were to remove the filibuster now, and the Republicans, let's say in the midterms, gain one Senate seat, that's all they need, you now have a Senate that's filibuster free. Nothing stopping the Republicans from doing exactly what the Democrats did. There are a couple of Democrats who are not in favor of eliminating the filibuster. They believe in protecting the rights of the minority. And by minority, I mean the party not in power. And that's what the filibuster does. It basically, if you're going to have a bipartisan issue move through the Senate, it has to have at least 10 votes from the opposing party. Otherwise, it's not enough to quench the filibuster. So it is not a sure thing that the Democrats can actually eliminate the filibuster. Joe Manchin has already said he's against it. So they would have to convince at least two of their fellow Democrats that it would be wise to get rid of the filibuster, and I'm not sure they can do it. But it'll be interesting to watch. The other thing that they have already used and would likely use on this infrastructure package, if there is opposition from Republicans, which there assuredly will be, is reconciliation. Has to be a budget item, has to be money. But they've already used it once. I believe we have a caller, but I don't see anything on my screen here. So let me just take a look here. Hang on a minute. And, oh, there we go. Got it. Carl is in Saginaw. Carl, good morning.
Good morning, Art. As far maybe they should go back to where you actually have to get up and speak and in the floor of the Senate and keep talking. The way it is right now, all you have to do is just object to, a nominee, and it's noted, and, that's it. So maybe they should go back to the way it was in the old days. But remember, the filibuster is not in the Constitution. It is a Senate rule.
Exactly.
It has come and it has gone before, and not carved in stone or anything like that. So, they can make some changes to it, I think, and
maybe
the sun will still come up.
Oh, no matter what they do, the sun's going to come up. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last hour you were talking about corporations paying taxes. Well, it seems to me, if corporations do not pay taxes, then who is going to pay the taxes? If companies don't pay them, then
Well, that's
who's
not
going to be left?
No, that's not the point. I'm not saying companies shouldn't pay taxes. I'm just saying that you have to remember where they get the money from to pay those taxes.
Well, okay, yes, you made that point over and over. I think we get that.
Well, that's
where
it.
money
That's the whole
comes from.
point.
But with a company, you have a choice. With your taxes, you have to pay them.
Yeah,
if
with
you
a company,
decide
you
to
have a
buy
choice.
If you decide to buy a microwave oven, maybe that's your choice to go ahead and buy that. You don't have to.
No, I don't have to.
Some of these purchases, you don't have to.
Of course
buy
not.
something.
But it doesn't matter.
But
Why does it
If
matter?
your taxes go up, you have to pay them. You don't have a choice.
Oh,
I think there's a difference.
no. What if I buy a microwave oven today? Yeah, okay. I'm paying taxes by buying that microwave oven to the company that I'm paying for it. But, the other side of that coin is, what do you want me to do? Live like a hermit and not buy anything except what I need
but
to
I'm just
live?
saying you have a choice. I'm saying you have a choice
But
in
it's
the matter
it
there.
do- but it's so okay. So if we all make the choice not to buy, the company goes out of business. We don't get any tax from them anyway.
Or you make a choice to buy something different, or you make a choice to buy it.
Okay,
3
so
months
instead of
later,
paying, so
or-
I buy something different. Instead of paying the tax to company A, I'll pay it to company B. What's the difference?
Perhaps. Well, I'm just saying, if you don't have any choice in the matter at all.
I understand that, but then again,
Okay.
if you want things in your house, you got to buy them. So yeah,
Yes, but
you
sometimes
you have a choice of
sometimes
which
those-
company, maybe.
Yes, and sometimes you have a choice not to buy it at all.
Of
or do
course.
something
Oh,
that-
of course, of course.
Okay.
But
It
I don't
just
worry
seems
about
if
those things I
companies are-
don't buy.
But, companies pay local taxes, and you don't seem to object to them paying property taxes.
No, but it still
that
comes
goes
from the
into
same
their-
place.
That goes into their cost. Yeah, I know, but it goes into their cost of their
Of course it
services and
does,
product.
which means you're paying for it.
Yes, but is it okay?
No, I understand it. That's the point. I'm not objecting. I understand that the money collected from companies comes from me and you and everybody else. I understand that. I'm not saying it shouldn't happen. I just want people aware of it.
Okay.
That's all, because there are people who will say, raise the taxes on corporations. Corporations, they don't pay enough. And the bottom line is, okay, then you're raising our taxes. Fine, you want to raise their taxes, okay, but do you not think they're going to pass it on?
Well, except there are other things. Pat mentioned stock buybacks.
Where do they get the money to do that?
Salary.
Excuse me.
Well, I'm just saying there are other things they can do except pass along price increases. They can.
Where did they get
can-
the money
they
for the
can-
stock buybacks?
Well, and don't confuse, capital that you use to start a business with revenue.
Where do they get the capital
that you
from?
get from running the business?
Where do they get the capital from?
You get it from investors.
And where do the investors get their money?
Well, maybe they inherited it,
Oh,
or maybe
okay,
it's
so where did
from
their inheritors give them their money from? Come on now, you know what I'm talking about, Carl.
I know what you're talking about.
The circle always ends up in our pocket.
I'm just saying, if these companies like Apple and Amazon don't pay taxes, then we will end up paying the taxes.
Well, either way, we pay the taxes. Either way,
We will definitely pay the taxes.
either way. All right, friend.
We will.
Got to run.
Okay, thanks.
Take care. Bye-bye now. All right, Paul, hang on. We'll get to you right after these notes on WSGW. Let me talk to you, first of all, about money. It's time to play the WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. The word this hour is answer. If somebody asks you a question, you give them an answer. ANSWER. It's an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day. You must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Spring into cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. We will be back right after these notes.
Heard people talk about your volume discount pricing. Just what does that mean? How does it save me money on a new Ford Escape or an F-Series truck?
We try to sell our cars and trucks for as little as possible, not as much as possible.
You're saying volume sales spread your overhead costs and profit over more vehicles?
We'd rather sell 1,000 vehicles at $100 profit than 100 vehicles at $1,000 profit.
So that's why you have acres of new vehicles here.
That's why you'll find a bigger selection of Ford Escapes, Ford trucks, plus a complete line of Ford and Lincoln vehicles.
Is it true that dealers, even from other states, buy from you because of your inventory?
I can't comment. Like always, we encourage everyone to shop and get the very best price of the Ford or Lincoln of their choice, and then let us show you what real savings are.
Everyone loves to save money, and right now, you can help yourself to thousands of dollars in savings and the best possible selection at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. You can adjust MyPillow's patented fill so you have the exact support you need regardless of your sleep position. It comes with a 10-year undriable so it stays healthy, and it's 100% made in the USA. I'm also going to give you deep discounts on all my MyPillow products, including my Giza Dream bed sheets, my mattress toppers, bath towels, and so much more. That's $29.98 for a queen-size premium MyPillow, the lowest price ever, and deep discounts on all my MyPillow products.
Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special, or call 800-635-1825 and use promo code SKY.
I'm Neil Cavuto, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Stocks opened lower, though there are a couple of encouraging reports. The fourth quarter GDP indicates the economy expanded at a 4.3% pace at the end of last year, stronger than first reported. And the number of new claims for unemployment benefits declined last week to 684,000, still high, but finally below 700,000. Darden restaurant shares are rallying. The parent company of Olive Garden says its winter quarter was stronger than expected. Nearly all restaurants are now open with at least limited capacity. Theater's parent company Cineworld says it lost $3 billion last year. As it plans to reopen theaters in the U.S. next month, it has lined up new financing in the bond market. That's your Fox Business Report. I'm Ginny Cosola, invested in you.
Finally, spring has arrived, and so have all new Untuckit stuff. Check out our new wrinkle-free shirts that every guy needs as the weather warms up. And don't forget our famous polos, the official shirts of spring. Untuckit shirts are designed to be worn untucked and will look great as we get back to the things we've been missing. Uniting with family, going on vacations, and yes, even heading back to the office. Untuckit, shirts designed to be worn untucked. Use code RADIO for 20% off your first purchase at untuckit.com.
Northeastern Paint Supply invites you to listen to the WSGW Focus Show with Art Lewis. Weekday mornings from 11 to 11:30. You'll hear local business and community leaders. Sponsored by Northeastern Paint Home Decorating Centers in Saginaw and Bay City.
I know we did the daylight saving time thing. Can we just call it and just leave it like it is from now on? Just leave it daylight saving time.
Tom Sullivan, weeknights at 7. And 790 News Radio WSGW.
Back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. And back to our phones. Paul is in Bangor. That's where we go next. Paul, good morning to you.
Good morning. I'm going to talk about a pet peeve of mine. Maybe it's yours too. And it's all morning long I've been hearing about the false claims of the Republicans about voter fraud. That idea of false. Even our own Secretary of State has been found guilty of not following our procedures correctly. There have been arrests in Georgia and Texas. Arizona's recounting Maricopa County. So I don't know how this is all going to turn out, but my objection is the media saying always false or unjustified. Let's find out. Then we can.
Are you still talking about the election?
Yes, I am. It's in the news again today.
Yeah.
And every time it comes up, it's always the false accusations.
Well, nobody's been able to prove them otherwise.
Well, they proved it with our own Secretary of State that she altered our laws. As I said, there have been arrests across the country.
Who altered our laws? What are you talking about?
Our Secretary of State, in having the extra voting time added on and not verifying the ballots as she should.
I don't think it was proved because the courts turned it down.
That was a judge that ruled against her. See, you don't hear about these things. So these things are going on. Let's find out. It may not have been enough, but Maricopa County in Arizona is only something like 10,000. My objection is the slanted news. It's got to be false if it's questioning the elections or if it's coming from Republicans. So
yeah, I hear you there, and I agree because that narrative has been used a lot. But the other side of that coin is nobody's been able to prove it otherwise. And you can do this forever. At some point in time, you have to say enough's enough. Now, I think when it comes to the election, there should be an investigation into how things were handled across the country and look for ways to ensure that if there were irregularities, and undoubtedly there were, because you don't have that many votes without some irregularities. But if there were irregularities, we have to figure out how to fix them. And for that reason, I do think that investigation should go on to find out how we improve the election system and not make it worse by just opening it up to everybody all the time,
And there is investigation. There are changes. I mean, our own legislators have proposed quite a few changes, which I doubt will get past our governor. But they're working at it. And I think there's a lot going on more than is on the surface. It might be worthwhile to dig into it a little bit and find out exactly what is happening concerning the election.
Well, don't make assumptions, though.
Yeah, that's
so.
But
all
the
right.
new
time is
law
going
that they're proposing from the Democrats is pretty scary too.
Yeah, the Voting Rights Act. Yeah,
Right,
I agree.
yeah.
I'm not one who favors making it easier. So I agree with you. All right.
No, you're right.
Good enough, Paul.
All right,
Thanks.
thanks, Art.
Appreciate it. Have a good one. Bye-bye now. Chris in Saginaw. Chris, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
I was listening to the gentleman you were talking about taxes and the corporations and things like that. It's amazing. People actually think that the corporations are some guy sitting there,
It's a bunch of guys and gals.
They have no idea. Yeah, and they don't understand. You can increase the taxes to the corporation, but we're going to pay it. It trickles down,
Well, first
And
of
the other
all,
thing is we're gonna get-
first of all, we have to understand corporations. All that is a paper entity. It's a piece of paper that says you're incorporated.
That's correct.
There's a lot of
Absolutely
corporations,
correct.
big and small.
That's right. The other thing too is that he talked about not increasing the taxes to the middle income guy. Well, he certainly is, because the tax break that we got, there's a time limit on it, and it expires shortly. And then he's not going to renew it, and that is your tax increase.
Yeah.
Okay.
I got another question
Anyway,
for
the
you.
people- yeah, go ahead.
Separate issue. We're going to have a Greek festival this year.
Yeah, we know who you're talking to. Yeah. I don't think so, Art.
Really?
We're going to do the drive-throughs again.
No kidding.
I can't say for sure because I'm not on the committee anymore. Because they got the young people. Young people are doing a great job on it.
Yeah.
But it takes a lot of pre-planning and work that
Oh yeah.
They usually start baking in. Okay. So I don't think so. Next year maybe, but not this year.
Yeah.
They'll have the drive-throughs, Art.
Yeah,
The drive-thrus
which worked pretty well,
were
didn't it?
Extremely successful.
Yeah, it worked
Was
pretty well.
very successful.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
I will talk to you.
Take it easy.
Take care, Chris. Bye-bye now.
Bye.
Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111, toll free 866-790 WSGW. Let me talk about Krizak's house Family Restaurant, because they are proud to be a business that serves this area the finest in dining and takeout services. And they're grateful for all of you who have supported them through the pandemic. They look forward to serving all of you now that they can have in-premise dining. Every day is takeout day at Krizak's, though, if you still want to take out. 11 to 7 today, Friday and Saturday, 11 to 8. Krizak's House Family Restaurant at the corner of Cass and Michigan on Bay City's south side. For takeouts, for reservations, for large parties, and events, call 894-5531. 894-5531. Krizak's House. We'll be back after these notes.
Update your home's exterior with new siding and get 11% off everything at Menards. Timbercrest Premium Double 4-inch Vinyl Siding is engineered to be durable, 15% thicker, and has the look of natural cedar siding. It has a limited lifetime warranty and is available in 9 colors. $679 per 12.5-foot piece after 11% off. Good through March 27th. Savings or mailing rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
We're proud to make Pioneer Sugar for you and your family. Proud to be found in your kitchen, the heart of your home. And it doesn't really matter what you make with Pioneer Sugar. Granulated white, light brown, or soft confectioners. It's the memories you'll make using it that will matter the most. Pioneer Sugar, pure and all natural. Made from sugar beets grown right here. What could be sweeter than that?
We've all experienced it at one time or another. You know, one of those days, weeks, or months where life happens.
You mean like being unexpectedly laid off and trying to figure out how to make ends meet until I find another job?
Yes.
You mean like my emergency fund getting drained due to car repairs?
Exactly. When you need somewhere to turn to us. We're Members First Credit. You with a Life Happens loan. We're offering super low rates and a variety of terms. Get some peace of mind and money to use for all sorts of things. Emergency home repairs, everyday essentials, bills, utilities, and more.
That would be a life changer for me right now. Thanks.
I was worried about getting my roof leak fixed. Wow, that's huge.
Get started and apply now at mfcu.net. Members First Credit Union. When life happens, it's important to have somewhere to turn. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. Subject to credit approval. Get up to 0.5 percentage point APR off your loan rate based on your relationship with the credit union.
So, nailed the custom cabinets.
And the countertop is perfect.
It makes the space.
I'm in love with my kitchen again.
Premier Kitchen and Bath Gallery Showroom and Design makes your dream spaces a reality with custom cabinetry and a variety of countertop options like Corian, granite, and quartz, offering both in-store and in-home personalized consultation. We're with you from inspiration to installation. Your dream space is just a phone call away. PremierKitchenandBathGallery.com.
It's all about the nose. It's your air filter, the first line of defense against bacteria and viruses. If too many germs get stuck in your nose, guess what? You get sick. Keep your nose clean, just like washing your hands. Nasal irrigation gets rid of germs by rinsing the nasal cavity, but neti pots are hard to use and, frankly, kind of gross. Now there's a better way to keep your nose clean and help your body protect itself. It's called Navage Nasal Care. Navage uses powered suction to flush out allergens, mucus, bacteria, and viruses. Millions use Navage for fast, all-natural relief from sinus congestion and allergies, and to breathe better, sleep deeper, snore less, and feel healthier without drugs. Navage is easy to use, affordable, and comes with an absolute guarantee of satisfaction. You wash your hands and brush your teeth every day. Now it's time to start Navage at Navage.com, CVS, Walgreens, Bed Bath, Target, and Rite Aid. Navage, N-A-V-A-G-E. Clean nose, healthy life.
Fly ball right field, hit it way back in right and gone, a home run! Jamer Candelario.
The countdown is on. 1 week from today, it's opening day. WSGW is your station for the Tigers. From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW.
And we are back with you on the Art Lewis Show here on WSGW. Just a reminder again, Presidential News Conference at 1 o'clock today on 790 WSGW. regular programming. Mark Lee Van Camp and Robbins will continue on 100.5 at the same time. And we go back to our phones. Aaron is in Bay City. Aaron, good morning.
Good morning, Art. Have you heard anything from that Section 1? What's your hunch on that?
Say that again? No, I'm sorry.
The Section 1 on the voting thing that's being taken out of committee, they said.
Oh, Senate 1, you mean?
Senate 1, yeah.
No, it's just working its way through Congress. Haven't heard any more yet.
Do you think that'll, with that program go through, do you think? Or
if the filibuster stays in place, the answer is no. If they take care of, if they get rid of if they're able to get rid of the filibuster, probably has a chance.
I was also wondering, have you heard if does Biden take a salary?
Probably. He should. Why shouldn't he?
Yeah, well, Trump didn't.
Well, that's Trump. That doesn't matter. Every other president has, for the most part.
Well, I just kind of, the consistency of how much they hated the president, most of them. At least that's what they say anyway, unless they're just playing.
Yeah, but that's got nothing to do with the salary. So, I mean,
well,
president earns his money, deserves his money. I don't care which president it is.
Well, it goes to show the love he has. He donates a lot of it to the state parks or the national parks, and
yeah, that's fine. That's his choice.
also,
Wonderful.
How about the Durham report? Have you heard any more about that?
Not a word.
No. Yeah, it's just one thing, one right after another. There's really no justice involved in it. They hire these people and they don't really do anything. They just kick it under the and that's it.
Well, that's
an investigation that I thought Bill Barr was going to be the one that would do something, but I don't know what happens to these people. I can't figure it out.
I guess the other side is the possibility the investigation went nowhere. That's always a possibility.
Well,
you may not think so. You may not agree with it, but it's always a possibility.
They come out in front and say, "Boy, we're going to get somebody," and we're kind of
yeah. Well,
they flex their muscles, and then nothing. It's all bluff, nothing.
Yeah, but if it's politics, there may be nothing. That's that. That's the point of it.
The FBI would. It seems like they'd be a little more law-abiding. To follow through with, instead of taking a case and just letting it go, just like not, just fluff.
Okay.
So, okay, Art. Thank you.
Yep. Take care, Aaron. Bye-bye now.
Have a nice day.
You too. Saginaw Bay City, 752-6111, toll free inside Michigan's 866-790. WSGW. Politics, I don't know. I mean, I make part of my living talking about politics, which means I have to observe politics. And the more I observe politics, the less enamored I am with politics. Because it appears to me that in this day and age, it's more about the interest of the party rather than the interest of the people. And I find that distressing. It has not happened overnight. It has taken a while for it to get to this point. And one of the reasons for it, that at least I attribute it to, and again, remember, folks, when I'm talking to you like this, these are simply my opinions. This is an opinion show. If I'm dealing in fact, I'm going to tell you this is a fact and I'll cite my sources. Otherwise, we are dealing in opinion. It is my opinion that one of the reasons for the great, terrible discourse we have in politics today is social media. On the one hand, social media is a magnificent technological advancement. It allows a whole new form of communication between individuals. It serves many, many very good purposes. But in order to have those good purposes, the sacrifice is we have to accept the negatives that come with it. The anonymous dribble that we are inundated with day after day that present what is really opinion as fact. This is a fact, well, no, it's not. It's your opinion because you see it one way and somebody else sees it another way, or falsehoods that are put out there on purpose. I really think that social media, while it has been a great technological advance, is also the bane of society. I'm going to take a break. Mark, I'll be back with you as soon as we are done with this break. And let me ask how you slept last night. Because, today's workers are asked to do more for less. So when you go to bed and you spend about a third of your life there, figure 8 hours a day is about a third of your life, you really need quality sleep. And you can get it with a quality mattress from Sanitary Mattress. Now, you can visit all the so-called sleep stores, or you can rest assured the mattress you're using is manufactured right here in the Great Lakes Bay region to your specifications. Your dollars are spent and they stay right here in our local economy. Your time in bed may be cut short by today's demanding world, but don't be fooled. You can still get a quality good night's sleep on a Sanitary Mattress. And they feature 1-hour window delivery of your mattress to your home. If you have an RV or a boat, they'll custom make a mattress for you to your exact size, something the box stores can't do. Visit the Sanitary Mattress factory and showroom, serving this area since 1935. Set your GPS to 5343 Janes Road in Saginaw, just east of the Harry Brown Airport. Visit them on the web at sanitarymattress.com or call 753-1757. Sanitary Mattress. We'll be back.
Not having regular, healthy bowel movements, you feel just plain yucky mentally, emotionally, and physically. You know when things aren't right. Well, proper, effective, healthy elimination is easy to attain, and it doesn't involve laxatives, fiber, probiotics, diarrhea, nor constipation. The fact is, when you have better bowel movements, so many areas of your life get better immediately. So where to begin? Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. Then try Viscera 3, otherwise known as Poop Fix. Within a few days, going to the bathroom becomes a pleasure.
I'm Dr. Rick. Poop Fix works because of its revolutionary ingredients. It's the way your lower colon should work. It means a gentle, clean, and easy poop first thing in the morning, and it's the easiest way to slim your waist fast by reducing bloating.
With Poop Fix, you'll see and feel the results within 7 days. Go to poopfix.com and take the 7-day poop challenge. That's poopfix.com.
Break time? I know you. I'm Cologuard, a prescription colon cancer screening option for people 45 plus at average risk. It seems like you take care of yourself. I do. I play tennis. I try to eat well. What about screening for colon cancer? Not yet. Don't wait. Colon cancer is more treatable when it's caught in early stages. Tell me more. Cologuard is non-invasive and is used at home. It detects altered DNA in your stool to find 92% of colon cancers. 92%? Yep, even those in early stages.
This was seen in a clinical study with patients 50 and older. Any positive result should be followed by a diagnostic colonoscopy. False positive and negative results may occur. Cologuard is not a replacement for colonoscopy in high-risk patients. Do not use if you have had adenomas, have inflammatory bowel disease and certain hereditary syndromes, or a personal or family history of colon cancer.
Most insured patients pay $0. Ask your provider or an online prescriber if Cologuard is right for you, or visit requestcologuard.com. I'm on it. Excellent.
Poll is Detroit Tigers baseball 2021. This season, Major League Baseball on track for a complete 162-game season. Opening day for our Tigers, April 1st. Last year, the Tigers finished 23-35, last in the AL Central, third worst in major leagues. And over a full season, they would have projected to a record of 64-98. Our poll question, how will the Tigers play in the 2021 season? Will the Tigers play below 500 baseball, at least 500 or better, but not making the playoffs? Will the Tigers play well enough to at least make the playoffs? Or will some incredible turnaround happen and our Tigers will play in the World Series? Make your vote. Tigers fans, head to WSGW.com, scroll down the homepage, find a poll box, and thank you for voting.
If somebody does pick that last choice, please call George Norrie on Coast to Coast. You may want to examine whether or not you are possessed.
The Morning Team Show, weekdays 5:30 to 9 on WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Continuing on with our phone calls on the Art Lewis Show. Mark is in Bay City. Mark, good morning.
Good morning, Art. How are you, sir?
We're doing well, thanks.
Yeah, I got two topics I wanted to cover with you. One, do you see the teachers union as an extortion on the American? society or taxpayers, being that they said they were going to go back to school if they did this, but now that they got this, which was a lot of money, they're not back in school. And if so, if that's extortion, can she be removed, the teachers union?
Well, first of all, extortion's probably a
I know,
pretty
I do.
strong word. A pretty strong word because it's legal. It's a legal term, and I would have to say no. They stated their
Yeah.
position. They did their thing. And also understand in a lot of communities, the union doesn't control that. The board does, or the superintendent does. So, you know, they may have wanted to and then couldn't. I don't, you know, it's a funny topic, education and teachers. You know, at one time, when I was growing up a long time ago, teachers were at the top of the pedestal and people that you admired. Now, I still admire teachers, but I think the profession lost some of its luster when they became militant in their unionization. And it changed the way we view the profession to some degree. I think that's unfortunate.
I think Common Core was the tipping point that
Part of it.
pivoted. Yeah.
Part of it, sure. But I still hold teachers in high esteem because it is a very, very difficult job, one I cannot do and
Well,
would
I
not
do it.
do. But the
I do
union
as well.
part
I'm
of
not
it,
lumping them all in.
no, but the union part of it, like, of course, we also have to understand unions, their purpose is to look out for their members. So they go out to one extreme to look out for their members. And the other side of that is the employer, the board, the people go to the other extreme. And somewhere the truth is always in the middle.
Now, they just announced billions from the lottery are going to the schools, and then they just got billions from the COVID relief package. Is there any way that they're going to show what all this money
Well,
is in a lockbox?
each individual district will have to do that to its constituents. If you have a question about, are you in Bay City itself?
Yes.
Well, then, so you go to the Bay City School Board and you ask to see the financials. They're public. You
Fair
know,
enough.
and they have to show it. They can't hide it.
Right. And then my last one was with the thousands of people coming across the border, it wasn't a Tiger put on the sidelines under contact tracing? And if that's the case, that are coming across the border, how are we tracking them?
Oh, I don't see how we can be. I have
Okay.
no idea how we can contact trace all of these people illegally entering the country. And I do not shy away from the word illegal. You know, if they want to call them undocumented, they're crossing our border illegally. They're breaking the law. It's illegal. I don't know how else to look at it. But I don't see how
The
you can
average
contact
American,
trace them.
I think starting to get kind of frustrated with wanting a double mask, social distancing, contact tracing, wear your mask when you sit down. It's just a lot of rules for the average individual, but you see thousands come across the border that are getting handouts and everything they want. It's just not right.
Doesn't make well, you're correct. It doesn't make it right. That's the bottom line. It does not make it right. But two rights don't make a wrong either, and you know, two wrongs don't make a right, and all that. So I still do what I think is best for me. You do what you think is best for you. We are frustrated with what we see elsewhere in the country, and life goes on. But don't see it changing anytime soon. All right, Mark.
I don't either.
Appreciate the call, my friend. Thank you. Yeah. Anytime you have a question about what your school board is up to, first of all, go to the meetings. Ask questions. Look up the financials. It's public record. Rather than make assumptions, rather than fall prey to what somebody else believes, find out for yourself. Find out for yourself. Ask the questions of the people responsible for giving you those answers. It's how we hold them accountable. because it's the press is the watchdog of government. That's the way the founding fathers set it up. But they can't be the watchdog of every minute of every day of every organization. It's just too many. The citizen, the individual, has a certain responsibility too. So before you complain about it, investigate, find out. Part of the role of being a citizen. Let us take our last break, and then we will return here on the Art Lewis Show.
Dutch Boy's new Platinum Plus paint with Stain Shield technology has the performance you expect from a luxury paint at a price you didn't. Platinum Plus is up to 50% more washable and stain resistant than a leading premium paint in satin sheen. Superiority ranges from 20 depending on sheen selected. Platinum Plus keeps your walls looking new longer. Menards and Dutch Boy paint have you covered. Go ahead, live your life.
Get 11% off everything now at Menards. Savings or mail-in rebate. See store for details.
Have you found yourself looking around your house and, wishing?
Wish we had a pool.
Wish I didn't share my office with a...
Wish we could have a real master bathroom. Lightstream can make your wishes a reality with a fixed-rate home improvement loan. With Lightstream, you'll get rates as low as 3.99% APR with autopay and excellent credit. Go to lightstream.com/easy today, and radio listeners can get a discount. The application takes minutes online with no appraisals and home equity required. Make your home the home you wished for. Apply today at lightstream.com/easy and get an additional interest rate discount. That's lightstream.com/easy for an additional discount. Lightstream.com/EASY.
Subject to credit approval, rates range from 3.99% APR to 16.49% APR and included 0.5% autopay discount. Lowest rate requires excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply and offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com/easy for more information. Equal housing lender.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, inventor of MyPillow. For a limited time, you can get a queen-size premium MyPillow for the lowest price ever. Regularly $69.98, now only $29.98. I'm on discounts on all my MyPillow products.
Go to MyPillow.com and click on the radio listener square and use promo code SKY, S-K-Y, for this amazing special, or call 35-1825 and use promo code SKY.
What you thinking about?
Oh, nothing. Just looking for inspiration.
Oh, here. Inspiration. Noun. The process of being mentally stimulated, especially to do something creative. There.
I know what it is. I want to find it.
Okay, then let's go to Designer's Touch.
You read my mind.
Designer's Touch Decorating Center is your inspiration store. With current countertops, or need that personal touch for your new tiled shower or kitchen backsplash. With over 70 years of combined designer experience, we can make your space feel more like home. Designer's Touch Decorating has a fine selection of quality ceramic and porcelain tile, including American Olean, Doll Tile, Marazzi, and their newest collection from Happy Floors and many others. Even Cambria Quartz, American-made and fabricated locally. Go to dtdecorating.com to learn more. Road in Freeland. No appointment necessary, but always appreciated.
All right, that'll do it for the Art Lewis Show for today. Thanks for being with us. Really appreciate it. Coming up, Focus, and we'll talk to Glenn Steffens from STARS, the Regional Transportation Service in Saginaw. CBS News and the local report ahead, and then we'll be back with Focus right after the news. Talk to you then.
From the Stone Specialist Studios, this is WSGW, Saginaw, Bay City, Midland, WSGW-FM, Carlton.
This is CBS News on the Hour.
I'm Steve Kathan. First court hearing for the suspect in the Bull Market killings. The lawyer for 21-year-old Ahmed Alisa asked for an assessment to address his, quote, mental illness. The judge said there will be no bail.
He'll be held without bail until such time as the court is able to determine whether or not the proof is evident and the presumption is great. these crimes.
Prosecutors indicated they might file additional charges. There were tributes to the 10 people killed at a vigil in Boulder last night. Kristen Brooks is the sister of one of the victims, police officer Eric Talley. She spoke with CBS this morning.
I feel like what happened was a hateful act, what this man did. Like, he took my brother's life, and he took 9 other lives. And these beautiful people are gone.
Democratic lawmakers in Texas pushing a sweeping police reform package named in honor of longtime Houston resident George Floyd. Floyd's death at the hands of police in Minneapolis last year energized calls for change. Hundreds of people turning out to show support. Brenda Ramos' son Mike was killed by police last year.
There have been too many deaths. Too many Texas mothers are missing their black and brown sons who have been killed by police.
The idea was first floated by Republican Governor Greg Abbott, but GOP support is scarce. The government says 684,000 people filed for last week. Mark Hamrick of Bankrate.com says that's the fewest since the pandemic began a year ago, sending the economy into a nosedive.
More substantial improvement could be seen as soon as the forthcoming release of the March employment data, with the pickup in hiring amid the reopening of the economy and, of course, more people being vaccinated.
Overseas, Asia correspondent Rami. North Korea test-fired 2 suspected ballistic missiles for the first time since President Biden took office just over 2 months ago.
Those flew about 270 miles east and landed in the Sea of Japan. That's according to South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff. These launches, by the way, are illegal per the United Nations, and they happened after Secretary of State Antony Blinken visited South Korea just last week.
CBS's Jim Krasula tells us some new concerns are being raised about a preservative found in a lot of familiar foods.
The food preservative known as TBHQ may harm the immune system, according to a new study from Environmental Working. Is used to extend the shelf life of Pop-Tarts, Rice Krispies treats, more than 1,200 other popular processed foods.
Well, checking Wall Street right now, the Dow is down 310 points. NASDAQ is down 152. This is CBS News.
Facet Wealth, personalized and affordable financial planning for everyday Americans. No wealth or asset minimums. Quality financial advice for every stage of your life.
Jim Wilson, are customers surprised to find such a big selection of used vehicles here at Midland Ford Lincoln?
I've had many people tell me this is the best selection of used cars and trucks they've seen in Michigan, not in the quality of our vehicles.
You seem to have the cars and trucks everyone is looking for. Hard to find models. Classified ads by private parties.
Our volume sales means customers always have a bigger selection of better quality cars. Our minimum pricing policy means Midland Ford customers always pay less.
But better doesn't mean more expensive. You have cars and trucks in every price and payment range, even for the tightest budgets.
From inexpensive basic transportation to late model luxury and we have what you're looking for. We currently have more tough Ford trucks and used Escapes and Explorers than we've ever had in our history.
America's falling in love. Personal invitation to find out why today at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
As the world begins to open up again, don't forget to support your local partners. Together we can help make our communities strong and help restaurants like
White's Beach Tavern, best dive bar on the bay, 1 mile east of the Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino in Standish. Visit them on Facebook at White's Beach Tavern for their weekly specials and hours of operation. Stop by on Fridays for the best fish fry on the bay. White's Beach Tavern, the only beachfront bar on the 70-mile stretch from Bay City to Tawas.
Brooklyn Boys Midland Street District in Bay City is a pizza and pasta pub, family-owned with real Italian New York-style pizza. Just a short walk from the full bar, Italian entrees, and specials for outdoor summer eating. Brooklyn Boys Pizza, just 1.7 miles from I-75.
The Kitchen Kings in Saginaw, must-have exquisite cuisines, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. 220-1413. Follow the Kitchen Kings on Facebook and Instagram for updates and menu details.
enjoy great food and friends while supporting our communities as we all grow together.
Live from the 100.5 and 790 newsroom, this is WSGW News.
News at 11:05. Good morning. I'm Ian Williams. Michigan Dam Safety Task Force members met via Zoom as part of an Institute for Public Policy Social Research Forum. WSGW's Rick Antonio has more.
was joined by Eagle Dam Safety Unit Supervisor Luke Trumbull and former Governor's Advisor Bill Rustum to share the impact of last May's flooding and progress made since then. Rustum says infrastructure statewide, not just dams, is at risk if steps to remove or repair it are not made soon.
We have ignored infrastructure for far too long. It doesn't matter whether you're talking about your roads and bridges or wastewater treatment plants or dams. We have had a tendency to build them and then not maintain them. That's a fundamental problem that government is facing today. That problem is compounded, frankly, by climate change.
In addition to a timeline of the flooding event and investigations that followed, the group answered questions about the future of affected lakes and dams and how the state and dam owners can make better emergency preparedness structure and issues coming from upstream. Rick Antonio, News Radio 100.5 and 790.
A 42-year-old man is charged in a February 13th drunk driving death in Aranac County. Police say Jared Mikolajczyk had a blood alcohol level of 0.345, more than 4 times 0.08, when he allegedly struck another vehicle, killing 1 person and injuring 3 others. The crash occurred when Mikolajczyk was heading north on M76 in Adams Township in a Chevy Silverado. Police say he crossed the center line near South Klein Road, hitting a Dodge Ram head-on. There were several hunting as well. According to police, the driver of the other truck, 48-year-old Matthew Kahn, was killed at the scene. 47-year-old Heather Kahn and her 2 children, 8-year-old Mason and 5-year-old Mina, were injured. Mikolajczyk is charged with 3 counts while intoxicated, causing serious injury, and single counts of operating a motor vehicle while intoxicated, causing death, animal cruelty, carrying a loaded pistol in a motor vehicle, driving without insurance, and driving without a license. Police in Alma are investigating a possible attempted abduction. They say a woman was walking in the area of Court and Eli Streets about 1 o'clock when 2 men in a 1990 Chevrolet Blazer approached her. Police say the woman claims one of the men tried pulling her inside the vehicle after she refused to go with them. She was able to escape. One of the men is described as in his mid to late 40s. If you have any information, call the Alma Police Department. WSGW News Time is 11:08.
This is an advertisement. Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Massachusetts only. Sokolov Law LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Paul J. Morgan, Winter Park, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. Michael Bro Gonzalez, admitted Louisiana. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. Mesothelioma. If you know what or someone you love has likely been affected by this devastating cancer, you may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-578-2400. The only known cause of mesothelioma is thousands of U.S. veterans and trade workers are at risk for the disease. Nearly $30 billion in court-ordered trust has been set aside to pay money to you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma. Call now. You may be able to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-578-2400. That's 1-800-578-2400. 1-800-578-2400.
WSGW News Time is 11:09. Governor Whitmer reacted to the 800% surge in COVID-19 cases during an event this morning in Detroit. Thomas at the Michigan News Network.
Michigan now has the second highest COVID case rate in the country, and the state announcing over 4,400 new cases on Wednesday, but Governor Gretchen Whitmer not hitting the panic button just yet.
We know every action that we bring back online creates the risk inherent that we're going to see our numbers go up. But here's the thing that's different than the spring surge or even the fall surge. We now know a lot more about our common enemy, COVID-19. We know that if we wear masks and we socially distance and we wash our hands, that remains the best way to protect ourselves from COVID and the variants that are now very real and present here in Michigan.
And admitting to new restrictions. Vicki Thomas, Michigan News Network.
Michigan funeral directors will testify before the Michigan Senate Health Policy Human Services Committee today, highlighting the grief management challenges in light of COVID-19 gathering restrictions on bereaved families mourning the loss of loved ones. COVID-19 has made it difficult for families to grieve and memorialize their loved ones. Current state gathering restrictions and the inability to properly grieve loved ones are raising concerns for families across the state. The meeting takes place in Lansing today at 1 p.m. A word of caution to drivers: fatal wrong way crashes. An analysis by AAA says just over 2,000 people died from wrong way crashes between 2015 and 2018, about 500 deaths a year. That's up 34% from 375 deaths annually from 2010 to 2014. Researchers say alcohol impairment, older age, and driving without a passenger increases risks of wrong way crashes. When you see news happening, call the WSGW newsroom 752-0790. It's 11:10. I'm Ann Williams.
Here's your WSGW weatherology forecast. Rain developing late today, overcast skies, temperatures upper 50s, west-southwest winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tonight, rain showers developing. Before the overnight hours, we could hear a few rumbles of thunder. Low temperatures will be in the upper 30s, breezy northeast winds. Friday, showers and thunderstorms, highs upper 40s, gusty west-northwest winds. A little bit of cloud cover into Friday night, 31 for your low, 56 on Saturday. Chance for rain during the afternoon hours. I'm meteorologist Mandy Faluber with the WSGW weatherology forecast. Right now, 56 degrees.
It's time to focus as WSGW presents the people, the places, the businesses, the culture, the area events and activities, all put into focus on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW and online WSGW.com. Focus is brought to you by Northeastern Paint Home Decorating Centers in Saginaw and Bay City. For all your home decorating needs, trust Northeastern Paint Supply, serving you since 1959.
And good morning to you. Welcome to another edition of Focus here on WSGW. Today, we focus on the Saginaw Transit and area services, STARS as it's known. And we do that by talking to its executive director, the man who runs the operation. We say good morning again to Glenn Steffens. Glenn, welcome back.
Thanks, Art. Good morning to you too.
Well, good morning. So the last time we talked, you were about to add service to STARS. How well did that go?
Things have been going pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with what we've seen, and I think the city residents are happy to see those big buses rolling down the street. We updated from 9 routes up to 10 routes. And as I mentioned last time, we increased the service to the east side of the city significantly, getting deeper into neighborhoods and more frequent service. So our first day back on Monday the 1st, I think we had around 275 mainly tiny. Back at our peak before COVID, we'd see up to 3,000 in a day. And through the past couple of weeks, we've watched that tick up, and I think we've topped out around 800. So people are getting, I think, more comfortable every day, but also acknowledging we should really only ride around when we need to.
So, Glenn, what does the service look like now compared to what you offered pre-pandemic?
Well, the one downside really is that Saturday route service isn't back yet. So that's the big difference as far as a negative to the system. And that's only because we just don't have the number of people right now. We had some drivers go out during the pandemic. We have people, get quarantined every once in a while. You see, some people that find out one of their friends or something had COVID and have to quarantine. And so those have real effects on the bus system. And the positive side is, as I mentioned, that extra route and getting that extra service over to the east side. So basically the entire route system, everybody knew from before, is back, and then there's more on top of it. We go a little deeper into Buena Vista, we go further down Outer Drive, and we do have 3 buses that allow for transfers at that the old Tri-City Plaza, the old closed Kroger on Genesee there.
So in terms of routes, in terms of what you did in the past and what you're doing now, not much change except for Saturday. Actually, you've improved the service, haven't you?
Yes, and that's the thing I'm proud about is that, it's, through this pandemic, and not to wax philosophical or anything on you, Art, but throughout this pandemic, we look at the end of it where we say things like, we just want to get it back to normal. When are we going to return to life the way it was? And I kind of looked at it when we were rather than just even aiming what it was, let's come out of this stronger. Let's come out of this with more service. And when the city has been thirsty for more transportation, load them up with it. And I think it's gone pretty well.
And how about the on-demand type services? They've been strong all along.
We've got those. Those have been going all along, and we probably did 40,000 individual trips since the beginning of the pandemic between our services, and that's what those big buses close. So, imagine 40,000 trips. You pull up to one person's house, you load them on the bus, you take them for their 10-minute trip to wherever they're going. They deboard. We open it up. We air it out. We disinfect the bus, and then go and do the next trip
every time.
Before that, and every time. And so, before the pandemic, we could go and pick you up, Art, and then maybe somebody a couple blocks from you also had a doctor appointment. So we pick them up on the same little. That doesn't work right now because of social distancing and being confined in a very small space with other people. So our efficiency went way down, and but our effectiveness is, we're getting people there and they're very safe. The Dial-A-Ride was open to general public while mainline buses were closed. But now that the mainline buses are back open, we've limited Dial-A-Ride to seniors and ADA, disabled individuals, except for Saturdays when the mainline buses are closed. Anybody can ride on Saturday.
All right, we're going to take a break, Glenn. We'll be back. We're talking to Glenn Steffens about STARS and talking about the services offered now and what may be ahead in the future. All ahead here on Focus on WSGW. We'll be back after these notes, but let me see if I can give away some money. It's time to play the WSGW Spring into Cash contest. Right now, you can qualify to win the daily cash prize of $1,000 by entering the following winning word online at WSGW.com. And the word this hour is pencil, Pencil. You can write with either a pen or a pencil. This is an Alpha Media company-wide contest. One winner chosen each day. Must be 18 or older to play. Complete rules at WSGW.com. Spring into cash on 100.5 and 790 News Radio WSGW. Back with more after these notes.
Northeastern Paint Center. We're more than a custom. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitchener Lighting, Flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint Home Decoration Center.
While you're comfortable inside your home or business, the weather takes a toll on your roof. Wind, rain, hail, UV rays, and the heat of the sun cause premature failure of your shingles. Everyone loves to save money. If you have an aging roof, don't spend a lot of money on replacement. Get a RoofMax shingle treatment and get some peace of mind. Get more life for less money, guaranteed with RoofMax, a powerful fusion of science and nature. Call Ben today at 859-6751.
Bader & Sons Company is your local John Deere dealer. We are here to help you farm Michigan. We offer replacement parts like filters, belts, and hoses for your equipment. You'll find them in-store and online at greentractors.com. With John Deere's Good, Better, Best parts program, combined with our, we can help you find the parts you need. Count on us to provide the service your equipment deserves in our 10 service shops or in the field. Let Bader & Sons Company show you why we have the service and the parts at the right price.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company presents and Doug.
Breathe out and repeat after me. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance.
so you only pay for what you need. Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Your bird is eating my candles. Your bird is eating my candles. No, seriously, he's making a mess. No, seriously.
Liberty, liberty, liberty.
Get a customized quote at libertymutual.com.
Proper, effective, healthy bowel movements are easy to attain, and so many areas of your life get better. Go to poopfix.com. Gentle and clean. Go to poopfix.com. That's poopfix.com.
This is the Stone Specialist Studios, 100.5 News Radio WSGW, 790 News Radio WSGW.
All right, we're back with you here on WSGW. Talking to Glenn Steffens from STARS, the second transit area regional service. So, Glenn, if we look at the big buses right now, you've got most of your routes running except Saturday. You've got your dial-a-ride. What's ahead? What would you like to see happen, say, in the next 6 months, aside from increased ridership, obviously?
Well, 6 months is a blink of an eye anymore.
That's true.
I'd say 6 months. I hope that for 6 months that things at least keep improving community-wise, and we don't have to look at any reductions, and that we can really cement in these current routes. There's a couple we're looking at saying, we might be able to fit in a more another area in one or two of these routes. But the way they're set up now, we're really confident that's pretty good. What I'd like to see in the long term, probably beyond 6 months, because these things take a while, is getting more townships involved in the metropolitan area around the city. STARS we talked about this, STARS is funded by a city millage, but not a county millage or any local township millages, for example. So it gets tricky when we want to say, let's make a bus route out to this township. Rightfully so, city taxpayers are going to say, well, where's their skin in the game here? Mm-hmm. So it's about building a coalition, and we have the interest of our neighboring communities. And I will say that, the township managers and supervisors around us are very interested in looking at expanding transit in the area. One cool idea that I've been throwing around, and you might like this, Art, if you're a bit of a history, is we've got this Potter Street station sitting on the north side near Washington.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And that area and that station I've been looking to try to secure some grant funding to do a study on it, to look at turning it into a new transit station. We could look at, in the long run, bringing passenger rail into Saginaw and having that multimodal facility. And another big idea we're looking at is a transit center at SVSU to connect with Bay Metro, STARS, Midland, and a really true multimodal facility there. And so we've been talking and trying to drum up interest on these two big ideas.
I would support both of those. I'll tell you, I cringe when I look at the Potter Street station.
There's a lot of land around it.
It's a land around it, and it's a derelict building that really, I've thought all along, because of its historic nature, should be saved. But it's a very expensive project, obviously.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've got some people in town who, there's a historical society that is very dedicated to keeping it going. So we're opening up a dialogue with them and saying, what are the possibilities here for the future? And, it might be a lot of work involved, but if we get pitch in from the federal government and the local community, the counties and the state on something like that,
might make sense.
Chance and give them a good shot in the arm to that area.
You answered one of my other questions. I was going to ask you if you have any interchange service with Bay Metro right now.
I'm not sure if Bay Metro is currently running their Route 4, which we would normally connect with at this Rider Center at SVSU. If they are running that, then there's your chance for a transfer to Bay City is the Rider Center at SVSU.
And then the last point, of course, you mentioned the fact that city residents obviously are paying the freight, but they also use that service going out into the township to shop and work and all of those things. So it is a kind of a two-way street.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's always tough because it's not so much an easy analysis of benefit and cost. There's a benefit all around.
Mm-hmm.
So we go where the city people want to go. If they want to get down to the Kroger in Bridgeport, which we're doing now, we'll go down to Kroger in Bridgeport. And then, that does open the opportunity for township residents to see. And the way I look at that is maybe they'll start to see even more value. And one day when that question crosses their ballot, they check yes.
Yep. Well, let's hope the passenger growth keeps up, and we'll talk to you down the road to find out how you're doing. It's always interesting.
All right. Well, thanks, Art.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's always good talking to you. Thank you so much for having us on.
Anytime, Glenn. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye now.
Thank you.
Yep. Glenn Steffens, Director of STARS, Saginaw Transit Area Regional Service. I'll get it right, I think. We will chat with him again down the road. We'll be back to close out Focus after these notes.
Jim Wilson, we've heard people talk about your volume discount pricing. Just what does that mean? How does it save me money on a new Ford Escape or an F-Series truck?
We try to sell our cars and trucks for as little as possible, not as much as possible.
You're saying volume sales spread your overhead costs and profit over more vehicles?
We'd rather sell 1,000 vehicles at $100 profit than a $1,000 profit.
So that's why you have acres of new vehicles here.
That's why you'll find a bigger selection of Ford Escapes, Ford trucks, plus a complete line of Ford and Lincoln vehicles.
Is it true that dealers, even from other states, buy from you because of your inventory?
I can't comment on that. However, like always, we encourage everyone to shop and get the very best price of the Ford or Lincoln of their choice, and then let us show you what real savings are.
Everyone loves to save money, and right now, you can help yourself to thousands of dollars in savings and the best possible selection at Midland Ford Lincoln, your savings store.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job in ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
Drive home a winner at Saginaw Eagles Landing. Every Saturday in March, it's RV There Yet, and your chance to win a $30,000 voucher for a new RV. Each week from 5 to 9 p.m., you can win up to one. Then on Saturday, March 27th, one lucky player can get behind the wheel of a new RV. RV There Yet, every Saturday in March. Only at Saginaw Eagles Landing Casino and Hotel. Let your fun out. Visit Saginaw-EaglesLanding.com for complete rules and details.
Trust is the fabric that holds our country together. It's imprinted in our hearts. Americans trust Valor Gold Group for the very same reason. Expert assistance with gold and precious metal IRAs. And the personal service customized to your investment needs. Turn precious metals into an easy IRA. And for a limited time, enjoy no setup fees and free coins. When you invest with Valor Gold Group, call 800-218-6997. That's 800-218-6997. ValorGold.com.
On the next Markley Van Camp and Robbins show, apparently the way to solve the border crisis is to screech racism and Donald Trump.
Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins. Weekdays at noon on 100.5 and 790. News Radio WSGW. The Focus Show on WSGW. Brought to you by Northeastern Paint Supply in Saginaw and Bay City. For all your home decorating needs, trust Northeastern Paint Supply. Serving you since 1959.
And that'll do it for Focus today. We thank you for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow with more. Stick around now. Terry Henney's Farm Show will be along next here on WSGW. And don't forget, President has a news conference at 1 o'clock. You'll hear it on 790 AM. Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins will continue on 100.5 FM. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye now.
We've all experienced it at one time or another. You know, one of those days, weeks, or months where life happens.
You mean like being unexpectedly laid off and trying to figure out how to make ends meet until I find another job?
Yes.
You mean like my emergency fund getting drained due to car repairs?
Exactly. Turn to us. We're Members First Credit Union. Let us help you with a Life Happens loan. We're offering super low rates and a variety of terms. Get some peace of mind and money to use for all sorts of things. Emergency home repairs, everyday essentials, bills, utilities, and more.
That would be a life changer for me right now. Thanks.
I was worried about getting my roof leak fixed. Wow, that's huge.
Get started and apply now at mfcu.net. Members First Credit Union. When life happens, it's important to have somewhere to turn. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing opportunity. Subject to credit approval. Get up to 0.5 percentage point APR off your loan with the credit union.
While we've been staying safe at home, scientists have been on a journey. The destination, a COVID-19 vaccine. This journey began decades ago with research into other coronaviruses. Scientists built from there with months of research and development, cooperation with other experts worldwide, and clinical trials on tens of thousands of volunteers of diverse race, age, and health status. They arrived at a safe, effective vaccine, and hundreds of thousands in Michigan have already been vaccinated. But the next step is ours. We can keep wearing masks correctly and taking precautions until we reach our destination, freedom from COVID-19 and getting back to the lives we love. Discover the facts for yourself at michigan.gov/COVID vaccine. A message from the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
The Bible is under attack. Last year, California's governor even banned private Bible study groups. Now, Greg Kelly Reports investigates the movement to ban the Bible. Watch Greg Kelly on Newsmax TV tonight at 7 p.m. and 11 p.m. Eastern as he reveals the dangers to Christians. Find Newsmax TV on or get it free on Roku, YouTube, Zumo, Pluto, and smart TVs. Plus, download the free Newsmax app on your phone. Protect your Bible freedom. Watch Newsmax TV's Greg Kelly tonight.
Spring forward at Banana Republic Factory with 50 to 70% off everything. Shop season favorites from colorful dresses to easy tops from $19.99. Find your nearest store or shop online only at Banana Republic Factory. Shop 50 to 70% off almost everything at Gap Factory. Get 60% off select jeans and dresses. Shop the sale through March 28th at gapfactory.com.
Fly ball right field, hit it way back in right and gone, a home run! Jamer Candelario.
The countdown is on. 1 week from today, it's opening day. WSGW is your station for the Tigers. Now, the only locally produced farm radio show with agriculture. And online, WSGW.com.
Mostly cloudy. Good morning to you. I hope your day's going well for you, wherever you might be. Having a good day out here. 48 degrees at the airport. It is 49 at Radio Center. Downtown Midland is reporting 48. Downtown Bay City is at 49. So a little bit cooler than what we have been seeing, but we'll take it. A little bit of precipitation here and there yesterday. It appears as though we're going to get a little bit more than likely here later on this afternoon. And then a major system is going to be affecting our weather overnight. It'll be cruising up through the Tennessee Valley, the Ohio River Basin, making its way toward the southeast corner of the Lower Peninsula. I actually think it's not going to quite make it there. I think it'll veer off a little bit to the east over Ohio, northern Ohio, Toledo, Cleveland, across Lake Erie into Lake Ontario, and then it'll merge with the remnants of the low-pressure system that affected our weather yesterday afternoon and last night that gave some folks much-needed precipitation. Officially, we had right around a quarter of an inch at MBS International Airport. Some of you a little bit more than that, especially closer to the I-127 corridor, central part of the Lower Peninsula, and in northern Michigan. They did pick up a little bit more. But as far as Michigan's thumb area and east of I-75, the amount of precipitation was a whole lot less. Matter of fact, out of the back 40 in Richville, ran out, put the rain gauge out so I could see how much we were going to get. And I really didn't see much of anything in the bottom of the gauge. I think we had a quick hit, and that was about it. It's going to be a little bit different as we go through the nighttime hours tonight and the early morning hours tomorrow morning. It does appear as though Michigan's thumb is going to get more in the way of precipitation than many of the other parts of the state. And in northern Michigan, where the air is going to be cooler, it's cooler right now, but where it's going to stay cool and drop down a little bit more, there is going to be some freezing precipitation and then a little bit of snow. But that's not going to last all that long. As a matter of fact, you got to go back. The record for the amount of snow on a March the 25th is almost 13 inches, but that was set back in 1947. So it's been a long time since we've seen that much snow. We've had some snow around, but nothing of the caliber of that. Precipitation also, we've had some pretty wet Marches, but you got to go back quite a ways in order to have a March as dry as what we have been having so far. Matter of fact, with the airport reading of 1/4 of an inch yesterday, total so far here in March, the first 23 days, we've had 0.4 of an inch of rain. And Flint has had less than that, about 1/10 of an inch altogether. We should be seeing just over 2 inches of rain. That's what's normal in the month of March. And on average, from the beginning of the year to now, we should be looking at almost 5.5 inches of rain. Well, just to kind of give you an idea on that, right now, from the beginning of the year to yesterday, we haven't even had 2.25 inches of rain altogether. So that gives you a pretty good idea just not only how dry it is, but how warm the soil temperature is, because we haven't had a lot of cooler moisture. Soil temperatures in practically every one of the major reporting stations in the state, on average, are at least 45 degrees, if not 48, which is ideal for early planting. It's not exactly ideal for sugar beet planting, but it's pretty close. But 45 to 48 degrees at the 2-inch level, you should begin to see a little bit of germination occurring here relatively soon. And with the possibility of seeing some warmer precipitation, that temperature is gradually going to go up. Now, over the next few days, we're going to peak out close to 60 degrees for a high today, 38 for a low. That wave of shower activity is going to move in late. I think well after sunset tonight. I wouldn't be a bit surprised if we're going to be looking at after midnight before things really begin to move in. And it'll move out rather rapidly. That rainfall is not going to hang around much past if it does noon tomorrow. That's going to be about it. The clouds, that's another thing. They're going to stick around until real late tomorrow afternoon. Temperature-wise, where we're 60 today for a forecast, we're going to be right around 50 for a forecast, and it'll be a wet start to the day, but then sun as we go through the afternoon. Mostly clear tomorrow night with a low of 30. Then on Saturday, partly sunny clouds later in the day, spotty shower around in the evening on Saturday night into the morning hours on Sunday. We'll be a little bit warmer on Sunday. Saturday's high will be Friday's high will be right around 50. Saturday's high will be at 54. Then on Sunday, we'll be right around 54 degrees as well. Long range outlook to take us all the way through the 7th of April. At best, average, more than likely below average as far as moisture goes. The temperatures will be above average, slightly to much above average. The warmer temperatures will be as we approach the Easter weekend. And through the Easter weekend into the first part of the work week after Easter, our temperatures are going to be running a good 10 to 15 degrees anyway above average. Average is 46 in the afternoon, 28 at night. Record high in the state, 80, set back in 1945. The record low, 4, set in 1974 and set way back in 1960. Sun will set this evening, 7:55, rise tomorrow morning at 7:28. So a chance of some precipitation, pretty good chance, I think. We should be looking at 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch in the Great Lakes Bay region overall. Michigan, some, a little bit more. Northern Michigan, a little bit less, but it'll be mixed in with some frozen precipitation. And then maybe a quick shot of seeing something on Saturday night and early Sunday morning. More on the weather as we go through the broadcast. We're going to take a look at the markets. Chris Weiler is standing by from the Andersons. But before we get to him, we want to remind you the weather forecast is brought to you, as always, by the folks at Nutrien Ag Solutions.
Nutrien Ag Solutions has the local expertise to recommend the corn, soybean, and other seed products that are the best fit for your field. Plus, unparalleled agronomic support with products and services to unlock yield potential and improve crop performance from planting to harvest. Ask about our financing options to help you get more from every acre and lead the field. Visit your local Nutrien Ag Solutions branch or go to nutrienagsolutions.com.
Say, do you want to unlock the secret to higher yields? If you're applying dry fertilizer, the key to better yield potential is Titan XC. Titan XC is a fertilizer biocatalyst that unlocks and releases the bound up nutrients in granular fertilizer, promoting better root uptake and plant growth. Drive performance this season and beyond. Release more nutrition. Expect better results with Titan XC. For more information, visit lpi.ag/unlock or contact your Nutrien Ag Solutions crop consultant today. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are your Farmers Mutual hail agency, and they accept precision data from any color of equipment and almost any brand of farm management software for fast electronic reporting, simple and quick claims, and more efficient reviews when it comes to your crop insurance. So contact Chad Bender today, 989-213-6177. He's your FMH agent at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency. They are equal opportunity providers. Chris Weiler, good morning. How are you this morning?
Terry, I'm doing well. How are you doing today?
Hey, not too bad. We still bouncing all around with these markets today?
Yeah, and unfortunately, you caught me on the downward bounce day. Really, fundamentally, there's nothing going on. We've got a pretty big crop of pork coming up here at the end of the month. Plus we're at quarter end, so you're going to see a lot of managed money kind of sit at the sidelines. Most of your hedge index funds are on the long side. They're gonna be quiet until they see what the gov gives us on what's usually the biggest crop report of the year. So, I mean, across the board, corn's down about 2 cents, beans off 10 to 15 cents, wheat's off 7 to 9 cents. So we've got spot corn here at Hemlock. It's at $5.24 currently. New crops at $4.22. Old crop soybeans $14. New crop at $11.70. New crop white or red wheat at $5.64. New crop white at $5.74.
Okay. So again, the next few days, probably not really looking at a whole lot of big moves one way or the other. Is that what you're telling me?
Sure doesn't feel that way.
Okay. So hang tight with your folks when it comes to talking about pricing, because maybe you can take advantage of something, and maybe you should just hold the cards you've got right now.
Yeah, if you got nothing sold, I'm going to wager that most operations are profitable. Your crop insurance price, so just take all that into account and take risk off the table appropriately.
Okay, Chris, you take care. Have a good one.
You too. Thanks, Terry.
You betcha. A little bit more in depth as far as what the markets are doing. Doug Klein from Oppenheimer joins us right now. The market report brought to you by Michigan's John Deere dealership. That's Bader & Sons Company. If you're a farmer, construction, or landscape company, and you're working in some pretty tight spaces, John Deere has compact construction equipment, including skid steers, track and wheel loaders, and compact excavators. And you can get a demonstration right now. All you got to do is stop up at the Linwood store in beautiful downtown Crump, or visit greentractors.com and try out some tough, compact equipment designed for small spaces from Bader and Sons. And by the folks at Quality Roasting of Reese, they offer competitive, consistent pricing for your soybeans. So call them for a quote today. And also be sure to check out that Exceller Meal. They're the makers of Exceller Meal since 1991. That's a high bypass soybean meal that maximizes your dairy herd's production. For more information, contact your nutritionist or local feed dealer today and ask them about Exceller Meal. Morning, Doug.
How you doing?
I'm a-doing. How you doing?
I'm doing good.
All right. Hanging loose, huh?
Yeah, so problematic is the dollar. I think we've been talking about that lately.
Yes, we have.
So it broke above its 50-day moving average today. Another penny, 100 ticks, is the 50-week moving average. A penny after that is the 50-month moving average. Keep an eye on that. It matters. Here's your numbers. The May corn is 5.48 1/4, down 5 cents. December corn is 4.66 1/2, down 2 1/2. May soybeans 14.18 3/4, down 14 cents. November soybeans 12.18 3/4, down 9 1/2. The May wheat is 6.13 1/4, down 11 1/2, and December wheat is 6.15 1/2, down 9 cents. So the crude thing, well, that's all over and done with. It was a one-day short squeeze, like we mentioned, setting at $58.24 a barrel, down $2.94. That's almost 5%. The heating oil is $175.17, down 7.8 cents. Gasoline $192.51, down 6.4 cents. Natural gas $2.62 is up 5 cents. Canadian dollar, the U.S. dollar gets you 126.15 at the border, showing the dollar is stronger. So that's up 40 ticks. The yen is at 109.14, up 42 ticks. The euro is at 117.83, down 29 ticks. The dollar's at 92.77, that's up 24 ticks. Gold is at 1731.80, down $1.40. Silver's at 24.94, down 26 cents. Platinum's at 11.55.30. That's down 24.90.
All righty, Doug. Take care.
Okay.
Keep an eye on that dollar, all right? Okay. Doug Klein over at Oppenheimer. Farm Service brought to you today by the folks at Ed Raymond & Sons, quality clothing and shoes since 1919. Carhartt's Red Wing shoes and boots, Stormy Cromer accessories, all available today, 7 days a week at Ed Raymond & Sons, celebrating more than 100 years at 151 West Broad Street in Chesaning. Jerry Samolsky joining me right now at Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville with the plant of the week. Jerry, what are we going to talk about?
Terry, it's related to the flowering dogwood. It is a dogwood. It's called, oddly enough, a Cornelian cherry. But wait a minute, how can it be a cherry and be a dogwood? Because we name things silly things.
Okay.
But it is a dogwood because its botanical is cornus, like all the rest of the dogwood. They're just beginning to show their spring flower now, and if we look outside, not a lot happening. In years where it's cool for longer periods of time, it can bloom 5 and almost 6 weeks. It looks like a forsythia, but it's a larger growing plant. It can be a small tree, 20 to 25 feet tall and 20 feet wide. And I happen to have, and it was planted on the property before I bought the home, the most spectacular one I have ever seen. It's about 25 feet wide, about 20 feet tall, and it completely goes to the ground all the way around. You can walk inside of it and underneath of it, and it's like its own little fort. They're just amazing, and they will bloom again for a long period of time. And right now we're very eager to have any kind of color, and so are the pollinators. So any of the pollinators that are out early, you've got flowers to help them along. So the Cornelian cherry, great plant, few diseases or insects that bothers it, and it's just a unique, fun thing.
All right. So for more information and take a look at those, we can probably stop by the nursery here pretty quick, huh?
You can, or give us a call. We have launched a new website, so just for fun, everybody take a look at that, baylandscaping.net, and check us out or give us a call at 893-0000.
Jerry, take care. Have a great day, okay?
Yes, sir, Terry.
All righty. Jerry Samolsky, Bay Landscaping and Garden Center in Essexville. I think I've got a very special guest on the line. Supposedly now, Neil French, you're going to add a little class to this show.
Yeah, we got a little spurk it up a little bit.
Hey, there you go. Neil French is with ADM. Good morning. How you, Neil?
Everything is well in the big town of Arthur, yes.
All right. Hey, let's talk a little bit about the beans out there. In particular, what's going on? What do you think? I mean, we've got a big report coming up here at the end of the month on planting intentions. What are you hearing from our growers in the area right now, Neil?
Well, the big thing is, the industry started contracting dry beans around that Thanksgiving period. Then the grain markets start moving upward, and we had a fairly good sign up on new crop navies, blacks, and small reds. Now everybody's kind of just sitting back to see what the 31st deals out for us as far as the grain markets. But also the dry bean industry knows they've been very profitable. We're can always hit a home run with dry beans. So we're very get much involved of keeping more acres planted. But it seems like the acres are going to be down in Michigan and also in Mindac for this coming year as of today.
Now, from what I understand, there's quite a demand for beans right now. So how does that equate? Lower acreage, possibly, but a greater demand?
Well, when you get lower acres, what's that do? It raises the price. I mean, I think the positivity is going to be is the market should warrant an increase in values, and that's what's going to happen. We just foresee it that we need beans planted, and hopefully farmers are going to come to the table, and it's going to happen.
Any particular type of dry bean that probably will be in big demand this year, according to what you're seeing?
Our company is very strong in navies with the Bush Brothers and also blacks going to Mexico. And it's a 50-50 toss-up. I got people that like navies. I got growers that like to plant blacks. But I think both of them are going to be very positive to the pocketbook coming this fall.
And as far as seed availability goes?
We've gotten in 4 loads so far into our Arthur plant of seed. Seed is still plentiful. But the big thing is, if you need it, order it, because we're not going to stockpile a lot of extra. That's for sure.
And as far as seed costs and some of the other things, I have to assume everything continues to go up, right?
Just like fertilizer and chemicals and such. Yeah, it's all the supply and demand. And freight is a big factor on our seed this year. My gosh, it's unbelievable what it costs to get a truckload of seed brought in from Washington or Idaho into Reese or Ubly or wherever it might be going. So, yes, that cost is very much increased.
And you're a member of the Bean Commission, Michigan Bean Commission. I have to think that you guys talk about just what you told me practically each and every day.
Yeah, I sit on the shipper board with, the executive director, Joe Kramer, and a group of other farmers in the area. And we're all concerned about the industry, and I think it will continue to be positive and profitable on this upcoming year, yes.
Well, we're looking forward to putting in our field, so hopefully we'll have some seed available. Maybe I better get a hold of you, huh?
I'll fix you right up, Terry.
Hey.
I always have extra.
All right. Neil French, thank you very much. We appreciate your comments, and have a great day, okay?
Anytime, Terry.
All righty. Neil French over at ADM.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center. We're more than a custom paint store. We have everything you need. From carpet to lighting, it's all here. With quality and satisfaction guaranteed. Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Since 1959, count them, that's 62 years, Northeastern Paint Supply has been serving the Tri-Cities. We have the most knowledgeable staff in the area, offering you the highest quality products in the industry. Benjamin Moore Paints, Hunter Douglas Blinds, Quazell and Kitcheler Lighting, flooring from Flooring America, fireplace doors, gas logs, and custom-made rugs. It's all here under one roof. Northeastern Paint Supply, Saginaw and Bay City.
Northeastern Paint, Home Decoration Center.
Do you have a yield monitor in your combine? Do you print off a pretty picture every year, but you don't know what to do with it? Why don't you have PC Ag Solutions analyze your data to help you make profitable decisions for the upcoming season? We can help you analyze your data from your planter, sprayer, or combine and compare it to your soil types and nutrient availability. Anything from the planting date to your speed, population, and variety to elevation, drainage, and in-season applications. We can help you make the most profitable decision on your farm. Call us today, 989-868-4444. Neil's Report brought to you by the folks at the Michael Sarr Crop Insurance Agency and by Weiss Equipment in Frankenmuth. Remember, they've got those farm-all tractors ready for you. Horsepower anywhere from 30 to 105, plus an army of attachments. Tackle every chore on your to-do list. So see them all today at Weiss Equipment, 450 North Main, across from Kroger in Frankenmuth, doing it right longer. We have David Anderson today from Baird & Company. David, what's going on in New York right now?
Hey, good morning, Terry. Right now, we're getting treated to a bit of a sale across the board as the markets are digesting information from the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, talking about a reduction in stimulus measures, and then the resurgence of COVID in Europe. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is down 52 points at 32,386 on volume of 434 million shares. Got the NASDAQ down 107 points at 12,854 on volume of 554 million shares. And we've got the S&P down 10 points at 3,878. Locally, things are a little bit better. We've got AT&T up 8 cents at 30.07. We've got CMS Energy up $1.05 at 61.93. Dow is up 52 cents at 62.56. DuPont is down 30 cents at 76.38. Corteva's up 42 cents at 46.60. HP is up 12 cents at 29.49. Facebook is down 2.43 at 279.80. TCF Financial is up $1.01 at 46.26. Independent Banks up 29 cents at 22.64. Home Depot up 2.89 at 295.64. Walmart up 58 cents at 133.67. GM down 13 cents at 55.68. Ford is unchanged at 12.14, and crude is down 3.19 at 57.97.
David, thank you very much.
As a Blue Cross Medicare member, managing your medications from home is simple. With our easy-to-use prescription drug plans, you can get the medicine your doctor prescribes from your local pharmacy or even delivered by mail. For the trusted care you need and want, Blue Cross will be here with more convenient ways of getting it, like we've been for 82 years. Blue Cross Blue Shield of Michigan. Confidence comes with every card. To learn more, visit bcbsm.com/seniorcare.
Back at 12:30 with an update. Now we join radio stations all across the country by playing our national anthem.